All right. Welcome along, everyone, to a very exciting stream we have today for you. This is a tournament final. This is coming from the Dracula Parrot Duel, which is a tournament we've had on the go for the past month or two. It's been a double elimination knockout bracket with all the expansions included. So we have, two players who have fought their way through these knockout brackets and have found their way into the final. So we've got Labood and we've got Ren85, both of whom I believe have not yet had an opportunity in one of these finals. So this is going to be an exciting moment, I'm sure, for both players, but also for us watching along. The story of this tournament so far, Labood has come through in the upper bracket, Ren battling to get through to this final from the lower bracket. So Labood comes in with the advantage in this best of three, and if Ren can win the game, we'll go through to a sudden death best of one. So strap yourselves in. This could be a long final, a long stream as we watch these two play Wingspan. And joining me for this first game on the commentary, I've got Kitty Boo Swag. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very excited. I'd say for this final, I feel like it's been a while since I've been on one of these finals, and I'm very excited to get us underway here. So I say we've got Labood and we've got Ren. The players have flipped. Labood won that flip and is going to be going first in this game. So if you want to go ahead, get that game sent out, we'll get this underway. So best of luck both players as we get started in this final. And here we go into the game.
Ooh.
And okay, well, I think I saw some interesting stuff in the tray, but lots of good options as well in this starting hand. I mean, Puffin, always hard to resist, so Labood going grabbing that straight away. But lots of big point birds, lots of expensive birds, but Morning Dove in the tray. Is that the kind of bird you want to go and grab straight away, Kitty?
Oh, absolutely. I think anybody's happy to have a Morning Dove start.
Absolutely. So,
Get some eggs going away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. This is a nice hand. I mean, good points in the hand. A wonderful egg layer automatically in the tray for Labood.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's looking like a nice start. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, in these games, of course, on the Oceania board, as we are playing here today, eggs always key. Being able to get those early on, I think, is so good. Especially a bird like the Morning Dove, where you can put it in any habitat. Definitely some good options there. And I think I like the other forest options here as well. I mean, I'm a big fan of Clark's Nutcracker. I think that can be quite a nice one early. Definitely goes well with that bonus card as well, Platform Builder. So should be a straightforward way of getting points there for Labood. But now we come on to Ren's starting to have a very different one, but also some good options there. I mean, some nice tucking birds. I like the look of those.
Yeah, I like this hand too. I mean, definitely some options. Barn Swallow is always nice. A slot one, Water, Kakapo, later game, Rough. I think they both have some nice starts. Mm-hmm. This is exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is always the case, I think, whenever we're watching one of these stream games, but especially in a final, it's nice to kind of see both players get good options. And I think you're right. Certainly Barn Swallow, that's going to be really nice. Get that down early in the wetlands, get some card draw going. But Rough as well at the start. I mean, especially being able to get that down and with some extra cards, maybe from drawing a few times, just to be able to get some more tucks and see some more cards. It's definitely going to be a strong option for Ren to go with. So maybe we might be seeing a forest game against a wetlands game here. So we'll see how that pans out, and especially now Eurasian Coot coming up on the reveal in the tray. So maybe a tempter there for Ren. Maybe wasn't expecting to see such an interesting bird come up right away, but I'd be looking at that alongside this Barn Swallow and thinking I can have a nice wetlands bird. Okay, leave it. Interesting stuff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe do you think he's thinking he can get hold of that on the next turn, or You know, what would you
Yeah,
have gone for that straight away there?
I don't know. It's kind of questionable. I think I'd be double thinking picking it up straight away too. Maybe he saw Laboud use the nectar, and
Mm,
so if Laboud does go to block it, that's an extra grab for just one card.
yeah, it's a good point. It's definitely bit of mind games there. I think maybe, you know, as you say, if you know the nectar's gone and your opponent's maybe going to have to take a slightly slower turn to go and block that, and maybe not, you know, going to fit in with their strategy so well. So yeah, it's a bold decision, especially this early, as I say, in a final like this. But I don't know. I mean, maybe Ren doesn't want it. We'll see if he is going to go and pick it up. I mean, not really getting too many other interesting options from the deck. I think you got to lean into this wetlands here. I mean, it's such a strong bird, but not going for it yet. Not biting. So yeah, this is interesting. We'll see. We'll see if he
Yeah,
changes his mind. But yeah, as I say, not quite so many good birds coming up off the deck. So may have to keep digging a little bit more.
I think maybe Ren might want food access. Ooh, Avadava definitely
Mm,
can make an option here.
absolutely. Yeah, that could be a good one to maybe. Yeah, I mean, obviously get some more cards coming in, right? And especially with some less good ones in your hand, but you'd maybe not feel too bad about giving away to your opponent. Obviously, that's the slight drawback of a bird like the Avadavat. But yeah, it's always scary, I think, as well, when you see, I think in this case, looking at the opponent's board with Laboud, obviously going strong in the forest. You have no idea if there's any wetland birds in there, if there's any kind of card drawing options. So it can be risky, I think. Obviously giving away cards to the other player in this case, but we'll kind of see. I think that could be an interesting option, and he's definitely getting a close look at that. But in the meantime, strong start for Laboud, getting these forest birds down feels like a good thing to prioritize. And then yeah, some nice big point wetland birds. I'm sure we'll see this coming as well.
I think Ren's scrub fowl might be able to be a good bird with all the birds that he might play in hand. He has a lot of those enclosure nests.
Absolutely. Yeah, as you say, lots of those nest types. I mean, it's maybe a slightly unusual one to play early on with obviously the yellow power, but it's cheap. And I think when you're, you know, obviously not having lots of good forest birds come up that are going to help you generate food, I mean, it's at least something in there that can help get you going. And as you say, lots of the right nest type already in hand. But okay, maybe now Blue Jay, that might be an alternative option. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be interested to see how Ren plays this opening, this early game here. Lots of card drawing going on. Obviously, we know the rough is in hand, so I imagine that is going to go down in this first round. Obviously, make use of that teal power, but yeah, maybe as I say, with a bird like this Blue Jay to try and get a bit more food, that may be an option. But yeah, really not leading into this wetlands with that coot. So
I know. I'm
it's
surprised it's still there.
I'm finding it very surprising. I feel like, you know, it's not quite as good as a Chiff Chaff or something like that, but I think it's not far off. And I think when you are, you know, already getting some good wetland tucking options coming through, it's tough to resist. But yeah, as I say, with some of these other good options, yeah, rough's got to go down. So I think we'll see on that one. But yeah, meanwhile, Laboud getting lots of nectar, which is good. Getting the right food coming up for this Nutcracker as well. So that's all going nicely. And yeah, I think we'll see these big point wetland birds come in. And they're not exactly the kind of brown powers that you'd be looking for to get more cards, but they're still good birds. They're still going to push that wetlands out, get more card draw going. I think that's what Laboud really needs to secure going into round two, and that's what he's going to be doing.
Yeah, Laboud's is pretty straightforward. I'm thinking if Ren does not pick up this coot, it's always an option if it's still there with the rough, if he chooses to play this rough.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, I think that's going to be the real test. And I think obviously with the rough, you can, you know, you get those 3 tucks and 3 draws back. I mean, you can draw a couple of times off the deck and see maybe is that going to point you one direction or the other? There's potentially some decent grassland birds here, as you kind of said before, with the Avadava, and then we've still got the Swainson's Hawk. That's maybe something to look at as well if he wants to go into grasslands. But you can just see, if some good birds come up off the top of the deck that make you want to go one way or the other, then you can make that decision. But I would certainly be strongly thinking about going for that Eurasian coot and just lean into this wetlands. Just keep digging, keep drawing cards, right? See what comes up. If it's more good tucking birds, great, you could play those and extend this wetlands out. And if they're not, well, that's why you've played the coot, because you can do more tucking. So bit of nectar coming up, that's good to see. And yeah, that's just going to help get some more birds down.
I'm wondering if Ren has all these cards in hand and is a little confused at what direction to take. I think I might be in Ren's shoes, grasslands or wetlands,
It's easily done.
Oh,
there we go. That's a good bonus card. Mechanical Engineer.
Yeah.
Definitely like that. Although, I've got to say, Wetland Population Monitor, it's. I don't think that's too terrible either, but I think you've got to go Mechanical Engineer with the starness of the Puffin already down.
Yeah.
Feels quite straightforward. But yeah, I think you're right. It's so easy. We've got to remember, especially in a final, especially if it's a situation that you've not been in before, playing in a tense game like this, you do tend to, I think, maybe overthink or maybe just find decision making. It's so critical in this early game, and it's so easy to kind of sort of get stuck, I guess, with too many different options. I think we've all been there, so could easily be the case here. And as we kind of said at the start, with that morning dove being able to get the eggs there, you've always got to think about egg production, and maybe that's kind of where Ren's kind of just trying to keep options open a little bit. But he's not going to get the coot. It is gone.
Wow.
With the tray flip, which I wasn't expecting. I thought maybe we'd see a Night Heron force down there. So
me too.
Very aggressive play.
I think that was kind of a smart play. Yeah.
I agree, because in the end, good birds will come up. I think Golden Eagle, always nice, big points, helps the bonus card as well. Plains Wanderer as well, going to be a good play late on for a bonus card. So some nice draws there. But okay, well, now it gets interesting. Now the teals come out. Yellowhammer. Not going to go down this road. Go down this round, but can easily pick that up with the rough. So that's worked out, I think, an absolute treat there for Ren. And that's as with the coot, which could have been a bird to build your strategy around, Yellowhammer most certainly is as well. And it's another ground nest, and definitely seeing this scrubfell being kept feels like that's going to be part of the strategy that Ren is going to lead into here. So no surprise, Yellowhammer getting grabbed, and hopefully some other nice birds will come along too. So good starts, I think, for both players in slightly different directions. We'll see how round 2 is going to shape up.
Ren got the only points on round 1, so that'll help in the long run as well.
Absolutely. Always nice to pick up those points. And in the tray, we have got this forest owlet, so this is one of those new predators. I say new. It feels like the Asia expansion is still new, even though we've all been playing with it for a while now, but could be a nice option here. Obviously, going Yellowhammer, you're going to need food. You're going to need to take food, use that forest, and a strong brown power, like the forest owlet, is going to help. And I think just in general, building that out, giving yourself the option to discard some more cards and get a bit more food as well. I'd be very, very tempted by that.
I think if Ren... even if Ren didn't play the forest owlet, I think it's a little too good to let go into Laboud's forest, personally.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think whenever you see your opponent is going for that forest engine, right, you've got to be cautious. You've got to be wary of any birds that do come up that might be good. So indeed, he's picking it up, and got hold of that black red start as well. So that could also be a very, very nice one here with the Yellowhammer, getting some good teal synergy. Yellowhammer and Ruff already a strong combo. But yeah, throwing an egg layer like the red star in there as well. Definitely going to be tempting, but very expensive. So yeah, I think Ren has definitely got a lot to be thinking about here with all these lovely options in hand. So I'm going to be very interested to see how he plays this and how he negotiates this position, because it's not an easy one.
It looks like Labu did another tray flip. Would you take the Sacred Kingfisher here? Seeing Ren take the yellow hammer, I might be a little inclined to.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a tough one. I think in this position, you probably don't need the extra food, and I wouldn't necessarily be sure how many times it's going to get activated. I definitely think that Sister Cola's a nice pickup. I mean, the Star Nest, when you've got Mechanical Engineer, that flexibility is always good, and especially when you've got Plains Wanderer playing additional grass and birds, that's just going to help you see more bonus cards with that kind of power. So I don't mind that. And I mean, turned out it was a good draw from the deck as well. Baltimore Oriole, another Star Nest. So this Mechanical Engineer is looking like it may be quite a straightforward 8 points alongside a straightforward 7 from that platform builder. So yeah, Labu's got the good for a start and the nice bonus cards, but yeah, lots of good stuff in Ren's hand. It's just, I think, as is a classic case in Wingspan, it's just a case of how do you get it all down? How do you follow, how do you come up with a plan and make sure you follow it, get everything down, use the teal powers? It's going to be a challenge, but there's a lot of potential, I think, in that hand. So yeah, it's just a case of getting it all out and making sure you can use these teal powers.
Yeah, Ren's certainly taking a think about that himself, it looks like.
Yeah, do not blame him for that. I mean, there's a few options, right? I mean, you could just get this scrub file down right away. Obviously, you've got the seed there. That automatically is going to unlock the next space in your forest. Maybe some of these extra cards you could think about discarding. But equally, the Forest Owlet food, it's right there. You could just go grab that, get that in your forest. I think in this situation where you have got so many expensive birds, right? We know we've got Yellowhammer that we want to play. I think I'd want to be playing that Red Start as well this round. And then maybe think about another bird just to get this wetlands built out a little bit more if possible. But that's going to need a lot of food, so you're going to need to take food a few times in order to manage that well. So yeah, maybe just thinking about seeing some more cards, trying to find some more options. We'll see what comes through, because I think cards is going to be key. So maybe that Brant could be a play, but surely not the Forest Owlet. Surely you get rid of I was going to say, you've got to get rid of the hawk first. Let's keep the good birds.
Gonna go plan a heart attack over here.
Yeah, please don't. I want to see that go down. And we'll obviously be watching with great interest on how those dice rolls go. But Turtle Dove, very nice bird there, with the seeds that are going to come through from this Blue Jay and getting a bonus card as well. So I think that's a pretty good find and another good option for Ren to consider here.
Labu, another tray flip. I like this. We're seeing so many cards.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this something you favor? do you like spending this amount of food? I mean, I think it's quite aggressive, but it's working out because we're seeing good birds come up here for Labu. I mean, some tucking birds that maybe Ren would be looking at as well, but a bush tip, I think that's always going to get grabbed, and yeah, potentially get that down in the wetlands to aid more card draw. But there's just lots of good birds, lots of expensive birds. So the food is going to be needed, I think, to play these birds. But yeah, when you haven't got that good card draw going early, I think it's good to be spending that food, seeing more options coming through. So yeah, definitely worked out so far. All Abuden. Here we go. It is Scrubfell first. So what do you make of that, Kitty? I mean, it sort of talks maybe about just unlocking more food, but I don't know. We're sort of seeing the chat crying out for Forest Owlet, as am I. So which route do you think you'd be going down?
I think it's so tough because especially probably wants to play Yellowhammer, I'd imagine. So maybe Ren really wants to get that extra dice of food, but I really like Outlet and Slot 2 because there's the option of potentially making some more points while you're activating your forest. Definitely a tough call.
Yeah, I think that's the trade-off. It's, you get the extra food potentially by obviously discarding. But I think Ren's got to be careful not to discard too many cards here, because obviously we've got this rough. You're going to need cards for that,
Mm-hmm.
so you can't be too aggressive, I think, in the forest. And yeah, the card draw is kind of okay. Barnswallow is obviously a nice power to use, but still only getting 2 cards each time, so it's going to be a tough one. Maybe, as I say, we might see that Brant go down at some point just
Yeah.
to get some more cards coming in. But Scrub Owl, yeah, that's got in. So I say we'll see how many food that Ren's able to get, and then obviously I think, as you say, we've got to see Yellowhammer go in, and then it's just a case of picking and choosing which bird you want to prioritize playing with that. So lots of nectar coming through for Labood, not quite so much for Ren, and no seeds either, so that is going to be a frustrating situation to be in, to miss out on that seed, because I say it's so crucial, I think, here to get the extra food, especially going Yellowhammer. You've got to be playing those expensive birds, and there's lots of those in hand, so yeah, that's going to be a frustrating one to take. But that's Wingspan. Sometimes these tray resets, these feeder resets, they're not going to do you any favors. That's been the case here.
What card would Ren discard, and would Ren discard for an extra worm here?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think you need the food, but yeah, there's too many cards in hand that you want to play, I think. I don't know, maybe that Finch, I'd maybe think about getting rid of that as maybe the least important bird in the hand. I mean, there's just so many other good ones. I think that Says Phoebe's going to be nice for some eggs at some point. Obviously the Brant for some cards, and with a bird like the Turtle Dove, I think you have to play that bonus cards when you're going with Yellowhammer. Always a good strategy. But yeah, I mean, some of these worms, maybe could get spent on that Red Star or the Brant even at some point. So yeah, tricky position. I don't think Ren was too pleased with the feeder reset, let's put it that way.
Oh, Mother Love says he would get rid of this Yellowhammer in the chat.
Controversial. I think that's controversial. I would not be getting rid of Yellowhammer here. I feel like that's the best bird in this hand. So, and yeah, obvious synergies is like with the rough and with the rest of that as well. So not discarding in the end for Ren, but I mean he's got to go and take food again. So maybe just thinking, if my opponent's going to take food here, I'm making it harder for them to reset. And then actually, if I go for food next turn and there is more nectar or more food that I want, that's when is the time to spend that card and get the extra food going. So that may be what's been considered. And I think certainly, obviously knowing what we know, looking at Labood's hand, a lot of expensive birds there, a lot of big point birds. So he is going to want to take food, I think, and try and get some of those out. But yeah, we've talked a lot about the difficult decisions of Ren, but I think for Labood, likewise, it's the order that you get these down. Do you play Bush Tit and dig a little bit more? Seems like that might be the option. But this end of round goal is kind of an interesting situation as well. Obviously, that Morning Dove is helping, but only 1 egg each time. Whereas, maybe Ren, if he can get that Red Star out, that might help out a little bit as well. So this could be quite an interesting dynamic to watch out for as we sort of come into the later stages of this round.
Labood has some options. He could even afford to put the Bush Tit and the Eagle down if he wanted to snatch some more points while he gains cards the rest of the game.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. And you know, with the food in hand to potentially do that, and yeah, saving one nectar on the bush tip does kind of signal that might be the case. So I think that could potentially be a nice option to go with, and as you say, just get some more points, get, you know, hopefully some tucks with that brown power. But here we go. Time for Ren to take some food and pick what's going to go. Oh, it's the Brant. Okay, so we're sacrificing some cards, but we are getting food here, so we are getting the seeds, which is very, very nice. So yeah, got to take that. And yeah, I feel like with these 2 turns left, it's got to be Yellowhammer and laying eggs, and then yeah, maybe another difficult decision on which bird is going to be played, because I say lots of worms that maybe don't necessarily exactly line up with the food costs that you need right now.
Yeah, it's a bummer his Blue Jay did not come through for him on that first foods. He could have gotten maybe the red start into play with the Yellowhammer.
Yes, I think so. I think, yeah, it's just the cards feels like the big problem, I think, at the moment, that Ren's got to think about is, you know, which ones go into the rough, and you know, some of these birds. Obviously, Grandala, I think, is probably a straightforward tuck, but there's just so many good ones in there. The Kakapo is going to be a very easy play late on. Obviously, with the Scrub Fowl, there's good synergy there. I mean, this Forest Owlet, I think, could still go in. There's maybe still time to make that kind of bird work. But, you know, with any kind of brown power in a game like this, the clock is ticking constantly in terms of if you're going to get it down, you know, you've got to get it down quickly to give yourself time to use it, especially with, a slightly uncertain brown power in the Owlet. So, yeah, we will see, but I feel like, say that has to be the consideration here. And he's having to think about it. So I don't know, maybe he's not going to go for the Yellowhammer. Maybe the Mother Love inspiration of getting rid of it is coming through. Because I think if you're going to play Yellowhammer, you know what you're going to do these last 2 turns. You play it and lay eggs. So right. if there's even you know, a small instance of thinking here, that means there's some doubt creeping into mind. So yeah, definitely an interesting spot.
Well, Yellowhammer does go with the Passerine, and I think could be a good play for Ren to get that into play.
Mm-hmm.
Try to catch up on getting some more birds down at the end of the rounds.
Yeah.
I don't know what he would do, though, with the food in hand. That is going to be tough. Maybe the Owlet or Grandala.
Yeah, I think the Owlet could be a good option. I mean, the chat saying that could do the red start as well. Obviously, a slight overpay there, but you then do at least get you know, some more eggs coming through, which maybe that helps at the end of round goal. But even just in general, I think it's so easy in these Yellowhammer games to struggle for eggs because the grassness is weak, and if you don't have an alternative egg source like the Mourning Doves that we see on Labu's board, you can actually struggle to just play enough birds later in the game. So you do kind of need, I think something like a red start would be key. So I don't know, he's laying the eggs now, so maybe just keeping options open. Maybe just trying to be sneaky. But those eggs going in the grasslands, not in the forest, kind of tells me that maybe we will see an overpay for the red star and then use that to lay in the forest and get some eggs coming through there.
I wonder if Labud is going to put this. Okay, Sister Cola.
Interesting. I'd imagine, is that for the eagle? Yeah, okay. So, I don't know, maybe that's preparing just in case he needs to lay eggs for the end of round. I mean, it's one of those situations where you're going second, you, in theory, can react to what your opponent's doing. And make sure you're in a position to take the end of round goal. I say maybe if we do see the red start coming, that might catch Laboud out a little bit, but remains to be seen. But yeah, okay, Yellowhammer looks to be going in the forest, which I think is going to mean that we are going to see red start come in and get the extra egg up there, which I think is going to make some sense. So as I say, maybe a little bit of mind games here, obviously some hidden information. I think that red start came through from the deck,
I
so
like it.
it's good. It's sneaky
Little
play.
ninja.
Yeah, I always like a good sneaky in around goal play, but Laboud not falling for it. Getting those eggs down. So you can't. These guys are the pros. They're in the final for a reason. You know, they can smell when something's happening. So nice play to get the end of round goal secured, and just some extra eggs. Which again, I mean, I think sometimes when your only egg source is Morning Dove, you can easily run out of eggs at some point later in the game. So definitely won't be an issue. I think for Laboud from now on, especially with Bush Tip helping out too. So here we go. It is teal time. These are the sacrifices, or are they? Forest Owlet. Okay, yeah. There we go. It's too late for the brown power. Keep the Sace Phoebe. Already quite a few cup nests down, I suppose. So I don't necessarily hate that at this stage, but yeah, it's going to be all about what can come off the top. Okay, no, we're keeping the Finch. Lots of little decisions. I think the scrub fowl is maybe clouding judgment a little bit here. I think every ground nest bird Ren is just seeing 3 eggs, which is understandable. But we'll obviously see what he can find, because I think these birds in hand are good, but need some other nice ones. Okay, maybe a penguin. If you're feeling gambly, could be an option.
I don't know. He discarded the owlet. He might
That's
not
true.
have a gamble spirit.
That's true. I mean, I feel like little penguin is even more controversial than the owlet. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It is another star nest, which is at the very least helpful. So are we going to see a red start? We are overpaid. So I think that's a good situation to overpay, get some more eggs coming through. Obviously not quite sneaking the end of round goal as hoped, but being able to get those eggs regardless is going to be very, very helpful. But Laboud's looking strong here. Really good setup, I think, in the forest and in the wetlands. That bush tip definitely going to get some usage, and yeah, a couple of 9-point birds. Those bonus cards are looking really, really powerful as well. So it's going to be an interesting fight. I think Laboud's had the much better start, but now that these teal powers are in, Yellowhammer, rough red start, that's a very strong combo. So if Ren can get some good birds and get them down, I think I think it's going to be potentially a close fight as we come towards the later stages of this game. And oh, hello. Speaking of controversial birds, Philippine Eagle comes up. We'll see if that goes in.
Inca Dove, what a nice grab. So many of those nests.
Absolutely. I mean, every single bird on this board right now has a platform nest, and the 2 9-point birds in hand are also platform nests. So that Inca Dove could be a huge play later on in this game. So yeah, that feels like a very, very nice find. Obviously already maxed out platform builder, but it doesn't hurt to get a few more down for the extra eggs. So definitely some nice finds, and I think this, I say, is going to be the key probably for both players is finding good birds from the deck, because the tray not necessarily too good at the moment. That blue throat may be something that Ren looks at just for a nice big point bird that hits the bonus card, obviously a ground nest and helping with a bit more food. But other than that, yeah, it's what the deck can come up with and what this barn swallow can maybe find.
Looks like Ren's having a little think here. Okay, yeah, let's take a draw. Lyrebird.
lots more star nests coming through, so I'm sure he'll be excited. Mannequin feels like it could be a nice one for the grasslands. Just build that out, and yeah, just get yourself another plate at the end of the game. So I'm sort of assuming that we're not going to see that penguin go in if the cards have already been drawn this round. But who knows? We maybe will see it going in. So yeah, we've got some definitely some hot takes on the owler in the chat. So not everyone a fan of gambling, not everyone a fan of the predators, but it's not gone down this game, so you don't need to worry. But yeah, today Philippine Eagle, I'm going to be interested to see what Labu does with that. It's obviously round 3, so only a couple of opportunities for it to hit, but could be a tempting one. But there you go, Blue Throat. I'm not too surprised to see that picked up. I think that's a good one for Ren, and that's certainly going to help just get things going a little bit more quickly here.
Brahmini Kite, another gamble bird. They're just really wanting to get played this game, it looks like.
Yeah, I think the deck's trying to send a message here. Labood not wanting to hear it, so getting rid of it. It's gone.
Instant time.
Yeah. not even remotely tempted by it, so fair enough. Not the game for you, but yeah, as I say, already lots of those platform nests out. It's been a good game for those, and yeah, I mean, I think even just trying to count the other nest types for this mechanical engineer, but I think certainly once the Oriole goes in, that's going to help out a lot with a 4th star nest, and then yeah, you've just got so much flexibility on the other birds played. So as they should be a fairly straightforward, maxed out mechanical engineer there. So yeah, I think Labood got some nice options, got some nice things to play, and I'm just wondering if this bird feeder is kind of putting both players off, because it's not a good looking feeder. There's no nectar there, and it's one of those situations where I feel like you kind of know that as soon as you take food and leave it in a situation where it can be re-rolled, your opponent is just going to take advantage of that, get the re-roll, and get some nectar.
Yeah.
So there's again some mind games in this game. Maybe both players just sort of waiting a little bit and seeing who's going to blink first.
I'm wondering if Ren is considering taking the lay eggs action now. I don't think Ren can afford to play stalemate with that feeder for too long with the Yellowhammer to support the Yellowhammer.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, it's some of the food that he wants, but I think he really wants some nectar to get this blue throat out, which I completely understand. That's going to be a nice play, but at the same time, I think you probably want to play that in the grasslands and then get that in before you have your egg laying turn, and then use the power there to get the food that you need to play these other birds. So yeah, maybe he's just kind of looking through and thinking, all right, which of these birds do I want to prioritize? Which can I happily sacrifice in the interest of just trying to get some more food? But I think you're right. He could definitely delay a little bit, lay eggs. This is a situation where I think you can look at your opponent and see only one food over there. They're probably going to want to take food at some point soon and start playing some birds. So yeah, tricky spot. And looks like we are going to see eggs being laid, just to, I say, maybe bide a bit of time here.
Might be able to discard that little egret. I think it's a little late to get a 2-pointer down.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's almost certainly not going to get played. But again, this sort of comes a little bit back to the issue that I think Ren is maybe going to run into, in that the more cards that you discard, whether that's for eggs here or for food in the forest, you're then just restricting yourself on that rough, and you're either going to have to skip some tucks, or you're going to have some very difficult decisions on what to prioritize. So yeah, it's certainly not going to be easy. But yeah, I think I think the extra egg here is going to be useful. And yeah, as I say, we'll see if that's paid off. We'll see if Laboud is going to go and take food.
Is Laboud gonna yeah? Is he gonna give in?
Yeah, are they both just going to keep playing this game and yeah, not wanting to set the feeder? But there we go. Lots of nectar has come up. But obviously with this
I don't
nutcracker,
think this nutcracker has missed one time this game so far.
It's done a lot of work. It's obviously hard to tell because Laboud has been mostly taking the seeds where those have come through, and obviously those have been useful in some cases on these tray resets that we have seen him do. So that's maybe part of the thinking there. But obviously now with bird like the Inca Dove, that's a very easy way to spend those as well. But Ren, rewarded somewhat for patience, able to get the food needed. And as I say, I would be definitely expecting to see Blue Throat come down here, get some eggs in, get a bit more food to help with whatever bird you want to play with the Yellowhammer. But it's tough. This has been kind of slow and not a lot of points being scored this round, so we're going to need to see these big point birds come out. We're going to need to see maybe a nice bonus card come through if the turtle dove goes down, if that Kakapo is going to go in later as well. But yes, I think it's looking good for Laboud. He's in a strong position, and lots of these nice big point birds I'm sure we're going to see come out very, very soon.
Might get first cash here. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I think that's right. I think there always comes a time in the game with these powers where you want to start cashing and getting the points instead. And yeah, now with all that nectar as well, I think that definitely helps. That definitely makes things a little bit easier just to get these birds out without needing those extra seeds. So yeah, I'm going to be interested to see which birds go down. I mean, would you be playing Philippine Eagle in this situation with just 2 rounds left? Is that a gamble you want to take, or do you want to just take the safe option and play the 9-point birds that you've already got?
I'm wondering if Laboud wants to fill out the forest. I don't know if I'd necessarily play it unless I had maybe Rodentologist or ESP in hand, making the Philippine Eagle base value more lucrative in the points. So that is going to be interesting if he's going to play it or not.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how I look at it as well with a bird like Philippine Eagle. I think round 1 I can justify it a little bit more because I get more chances for it to hit. But yeah, as soon as you enter the late game, I think you're right. You need to be getting points for it elsewhere on another bonus card, maybe helping an end of round goal or something like that. But I'm not sure it's necessarily going to be delivering that value here. But okay, we see Blue Throat is going down here. It's going down in the wetlands. So what do you make of that? Is that a play you'd be looking to do? Do you think there's an advantage to wetlands over grasslands here?
I think the only reason I could see him playing it in the wetlands would be to get some more cards to tuck into the rough. Yeah,
I think that feels.
But I don't know if that's if that's right.
Yeah, it's tricky. I can understand it because I think the cards, obviously being able to tuck those, having the extra cards to discard for eggs and food as well, feels important at this stage. Maybe there's an element of nectar spending as well, just making sure that he's qualified down there, and getting the 2 points with that nectar spending. But I think we're going to see some more card drawing obviously this round, and I think probably just the once next round. So that Blue Throat is going to help a little bit with some more food. But yeah, these are expensive birds that Ren's got in hand. He's going to need lots of food to play them, and likewise Laboud spending on the Oriole.
Yeah, I think Ren could even take some foods now and then take cards at the last turn to do a sneaky free nectar for his yellow hammer, no nectar for Labood with the blue throat.
Yeah, I think that's such an advantage to be able to use as blue throat in a situation like that. So I would be expecting to see that. I think the fact that he's drawing cards now probably tells me that he may actually draw cards again here a second time to really make use of that. Because yeah, I think you're absolutely right. You want to get the free nectar, as it were, but you also want a bird like Woodstock, so that's a pretty good find in this situation. But yeah. I almost feel like time is running out here for Ren. He's got loads of these good birds I think you'd want to be playing. Not loads of food, not loads of turns left. So this is where you've got to be really careful and really precise with your turns and making sure that, you know, you do the right number of each action on each round, depending on how many cards or how many food that you're going to need to make sure that you can get all these birds out. Because you don't want to be left at the end of the game with a bird like Woodstock in your hand and just thinking, you know, I wish I had an extra turn to play this, because more often than not, yeah, if with a little bit more planning, you'd be able to get that out. But we may see nets coming through regardless here. Obviously, depends a little bit what the Bood wants to be doing, but I think we're going to see a bird go down. When you've got one nectar in supply, probably means you're already going to play a bird, so I would imagine he'd be able to use it regardless.
I'm wondering if he's thinking about maybe filling out the forest with the double play into the Kakapo.
It's not a bad option, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, when you've got red start, right, you wanna try and fill up a habitat where you can and get the extra egg through. I think it hits the bonus card as well. So that was the bonus card where I think Rem was kind of struggling for a lot of the game to get enough birds that were going to hit that. But certainly as we come through towards the end, I mean, yeah, between the mannequin and these other double play options, and obviously the Kakapo as well, certainly feels like yeah, got a few opportunities for being able to score points off that. So yeah, I think that could be a good option, but I'd say lots of them available. So remains to be seen. Remains to be seen how Ren's going to play this. I think it's a lot tougher end game. I think if I'm looking at these two boards, I think Laboud's got the much more straightforward decision. But here we go. Philippine Eagle. It is going in. So
oh wow,
we are going to see the gamble.
We're getting a little gamble.
Yeah. I mean, I love to see it. I'm sure the viewers will be on the edge of their seats as well as we see that teal power used. So if it hits even just once, I think it's going to look like a great play. If it misses twice, it's maybe not going to look like such a good play there. But yeah, already found two good bonus cards, I think, in Laboud. So we'll see if that can find another one. And then obviously we've got this extra bonus card play to come through later as well. So yeah, I think we'll be seeing hopefully some bonus cards here for Laboud, but lots of big point birds as well. So feels like a nice smooth end game over there.
For Ren, I don't know. Is it going to be the sneaky blue throat nectar, or just going out for the foods here? He's got a lot of good cards in the hand.
Yeah. I think that's the thing, is that as soon as you have that many good birds that you want to play that all need this food, I think you got to spend a turn taking food here. I mean, you know, next round, are you really gonna want to spend 2 turns taking food? And then, you know, you're not going to have enough turns to play all these birds. So I think take the extra turn getting food now. Even if you can't gain a bunch of nectar, that's okay. You're going to have some seeds that you can maybe use on those grassland plates next round. But I think just being able to get as many of these birds out as possible, like that's the point scoring turn here for Ren. You know, drawing cards in the wetlands is 1 point. Laying eggs, it's 2 points. It's maybe 3 if you're going to discard. And the forest is at most 1 point. But realistically, that blue jay, you want to use that to gain food. So none of these actions are going to score points in the same way that playing a bird is going to score points. So that, I feel like, has to be the priority. at this stage where, 47 points is not quite cutting it. So definitely going to need a fast finish here, because Laboud is looking in a strong position with all these big point birds. It's going to be tough, I think, to try and catch that.
Okay, at least some cards, some tuckable cards for the rough.
Yeah, I like how that's the polite way of describing terrible birds. Is they're tuckable. They're very tuckable, those birds. So yeah, already getting tucked one. Okay, that's a better find. White-headed duck.
Wow.
And again, another ground nest. So this kind of feels like, we've got one board which is all platform nests, and we've got one board which is all ground nests. So it's definitely an interesting battle there, and the synergies are kind of there for everyone to see. So we will see how many more can get played on each board. But for now, we're going to see rough getting used. Oh, hello, that is going to help a lot.
Oh.
Vanilli's Eagle is exactly what you want to see when you're struggling for food and have a bunch of extra cards. So that's going to be a very nice play. Potentially, either Yellowhammer or with that mannequin at the end. So does seem like your little sneaky play is going to be going in here up in the forest. So Diny Woodpecker, I would imagine, into the Kakapo. So very, very nice. And then getting those eggs on the red star.
I think this no goal extra turn on the last round is going to be very beneficial for Ren.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a good point. I find it so easy to forget that sometimes coming into the last round in situation.
I was just going to tell you, Laboud has been so lucky this game. I would not be surprised if Philippine Eagle hits.
Yeah, the fast click worked. Ecologist as well, so that I'm sure we're going to see a grassland and a wetland bird come in. So yeah, that's going to be 6 points. So very, very nice. Looking good there for Laboud, but I think as you say, this extra turn, I think, I'm going to keep saying it, but I think Ren has just got to be getting birds down. It's got to be a case of, obviously looking at this bonus card, but then also thinking, I've got 3 other bonus card birds in my hand I want to play. I've got this Benelli I want to play. There's going to be some difficult decisions here in order to prioritize. I think
Mannequin will definitely help.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, certainly that star nest with the scrub fowl is going to be good. Just getting more birds out as well with this red star in mind to try and make sure that either you clear out all those eggs in the forest, or that you give yourself another habitat with enough birds in to max that out. That is really the key. But it's that time of the game where we've got to start thinking who is going to win. So I'm going to throw up a poll for our YouTube viewers, but I'm going to throw the question to you as well, Kitty. Who do you think is going to take home the win in this first game?
Honestly, I kind of think Laboud might be the winner on this game. Laboud's just living his best life with the luck here. Some strong points on the board. Inca Dove is going to lay a ton of eggs. That's a great play for Laboud later. But I think it's going to be interesting to see what the Kakapo pulls, what cards Ren plays. Are the bonuses going to be kind to him? We will see. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think there's so much uncertainty here because we've got the Kakapo, we've got that Philippine Eagle as well that could still do another good job for Laboud. So it feels like Laboud's in the strong position for now, and as you say, Inca Dove for big points. It's going to be really nice. That Planeswalker as well could get a good bonus card coming through. So I think Laboud's position is a lot more certain, whereas Ren, there's so much that could happen in this final round, and the scrub fowl eggs that we know are going to come through, that's going to be big. It feels like Ren is going to have the stronger final round and could well pull this back to be closer, but I don't know. I feel like Laboud's in such a strong position right now. It's going to be tough to catch, but Yeah, mixed results coming through on the YouTube poll. It's kind of swinging one way and the other, so we shall see. Lots could change in this final round. Of course, maybe even some more good birds are going to come off the deck.
I think what I'd be asking myself in Ren's shoes is playing using foods for the trumpeter finch worth it? Which I don't really think, for me it would be, considering I have so many other good bonus cards in hand to play instead of the trumpeter finch.
Yeah, it's a really tough one, and I think it's you make a good point where you've got all these other good birds, right? We've got the 2 bonus card birds for the wetlands. I feel like I'd definitely be looking at those as a priority. But you know, there's only so much food available, and I think again you probably only want to be taking food once here. I think especially with Benelli, where you know you can get that down for free. You don't need to worry about having some extra food for that. Another interesting option coming up here in the parakeet. So again, maybe another bonus card, slightly cheaper option to copy that puffin. But yeah, I think I do not envy Ren's position here, because this is going to be very, very difficult, I think, to work out the best option. It might depend on the feeder reroll, what food can come up. Maybe playing a bonus card bird early is not a bad idea, just to try and give you a little bit of direction that might influence which other birds you want to play. But yeah, there's so many options here, so many different birds that you may want to play. So it's going to be a difficult one.
He gave out a nectar. He's probably just giving in Labood having the early forest engine and being so strong, and the nectar grace already.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind necessarily giving away a nectar there. I think, as you say, you probably admit defeat in the nectar scoring, but you recognize that nectar is just going to give you so much flexibility in terms of being able to pick and choose later on which birds you want to play. So I think that's fine. And yeah, especially when your opponent's got a really strong forest like the Boot has got here, in all likelihood, he's going to be able to get more nectar. He's going to have the food to play the birds he wants. So yeah, it feels like that's going to be the case. But yeah, he's looking at this mechanical engineer, and I saw this pointed out in the chat as well. It looks like even with the Planeswalker play, he's going to be just 1 shy. So I wonder if maybe he's going to think about drawing cards once just to kind of see, and then, you know, any bird basically that has, you know, one of many different nest types is going to be worth 5 extra points for the mechanical engineer, and that could be a very tempting option to go with. So again, maybe a little gamble there. Alternatively, could just be a nice safe, you know, take food, play these 2 birds, lay eggs a little bit for the end game. So yeah, I think it's in theory there's a straightforward option for Labood. He could take a gamble if he wants. Depends, I think, how confident he's feeling.
It looks like I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now it looks like Labood has 1 more bird on this end of round goal than Ren does down currently.
Yeah, and that's honestly not even something I was thinking about. I think often these kind of peak end of round goals, they can often be, you know, so out of your control in terms of you know, maybe your opponent plays a bunch early and you can't really catch up. But Ren has got quite a few in the white-headed duck and the Woodstalk, which I think are both going to be really attractive options here. They both point the wrong way, so you know, there is a scenario some double play, or maybe picking some other bird still end of round. Not the ideal reroll there. You're gonna have to choose between a nectar and then being able to miss the blue jay, but I think you gotta use the blue jay here, so you gotta take the normal food.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree.
Knowing which birds he wants to play, if he's confident enough to not take the extra food there. So but here we go. Just finding more platform nests, which I think wanted.
Yeah, I think the oyster catcher to help max that mechanical engineer,
Yeah, that seems to
not
be
a
the play.
bad choice.
That,
Yeah.
that seems to be the play, and yeah, just try and get the extra points there. Obviously, not an ideal play for just a few points at the end, but better than nothing. So, okay, I'm just gonna. It's still not connecting through. Maybe it's
Oh
maybe
no.
coming back now. No, I'm getting lots of red bars in my face, which is okay. Maybe we're back now. It's gone back to green. I don't know. I'm sure people will tell me in the chat if it's working again. But we may be
It
back.
looks like it's back on for me.
We
Yeah.
may be back. Tell me in the chat if we're back. I think we are okay. So yeah, apologies for that slight technical hiccup. Hopefully it's going to be smooth from now on. You did not miss too much other than Laboud going and drawing cards. And yeah, just finding more platform nest birds, which I don't think is exactly what he had in mind. But yeah, coming through to these last few turns, I think both players have got a plan. They know which birds they want to get down, and yeah, score as many points as possible. So that will
Looks like
yeah.
it ran into the same situation. One wheat in the feeder. That happens to be the nectar.
Yeah, not ideal, and I don't know. There's maybe some more dynamics on this one because you see your opponent with lots of nectar and you don't know where it's going to get spent. But yeah, I think you've just got to take the safe point here, which is the Nutcracker cache, which I think we will see because I think Laboud's got looks like plenty of food to be able to afford to play everything in hand. So yeah, we're getting the cache, which makes sense. And then yeah, 3 turns left and 3 birds to play. So I think we will see those go down. And it's going to be on the bonus card potentially. But likewise, I think for Ren, it's going to be these bonus card gambles. So Woodstock going down first. So can he get a good one here on the first of what could be quite a few coming through in these final few turns? Okay. Well, not ideal, but yeah, if the mannequin's going to go in, which it seems like is the plan, then Nest Box Builder is definitely going to work out a treat there. So not too bad. Yeah, potentially the parakeet as well, maybe could be an option. So we'll see on that. But here we go. Inca Dove, 10 eggs coming through. I'm not sure I've ever seen that.
Wow.
So
wow.
That's a very strong play. And yeah, that's just synergized so perfectly with kind of everything else that Laboud's been doing here, playing all of these platform nest birds. So yeah, super strong play. And yeah, we're going to see more birds, it looks like, coming in here for Ren. So he is going for the Trumpeter Finch, so that is going to help the Passerine Specialist. And it looks like, yeah, Mannequin as well. So are we going to see, yeah, saving the egg, it looks like. Which I imagine that means we're then going to see the other bonus card, maybe the white-headed duck is going to go, yeah, into the wetlands, and then you still got the Benelli play for the mannequin. So it's been a nice final round. There's been some good birds coming in here for both players.
Yeah.
What can the Plains Wanderer get here? Wow, there you go. The bonus card luck continues.
Wow.
9 points.
Oh my goodness.
Endangered Species Protector is exactly what you want to see. So very, very nice bonus cards, yeah, coming through for Laboud. So Philippine Eagle worked out hitting the endangered species that's come through as well. So yeah, last couple of turns here. Looks like it's got to be eggs in order to use the Yellowhammer. And then, yeah, say some strong plays we're still going to see come through here for Ren. Could potentially on that bonus card draw if we are going to see, yeah, that white-headed duck come through. But equally, Kakapo as well, still to come. Still got Benelli to come. And then all of these many scrubfowl eggs. So, yeah, still lots of points coming through I still don't know which way this game is going to go, so it's going to be a tense
I
finish.
know.
Even once
Yeah.
both players have had all of their turns, it's going to be uncertain here how this goes.
I love a bunch of a yellow power, and that adds so many points at the end of the game.
Absolutely.
That's going to be nice to see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun sequence, I think, for Ren here, just between having 3 teal powers to use and then also having 3 yellow powers to use. There's going to be so much going on at the end here. But yeah, Nest Box Builder, that did get hit in the end with a mannequin, so that worked out nicely. And yeah, slightly unusual oyster catcher play, but when you get the extra points on Mechanical Engineer, definitely
And ecologist.
makes sense.
So yeah.
And ecologist, yeah, 8 points. So wow, very, very strong plays, very strong bonus cards for Labood. We'll see if Ren can match that. Let's say we've still got a couple more to come through, and we're going to get one here. We're going to get White-Headed Duck coming into the game. So clearing out the forest egg space, ready for the red start. That's a nice play. What can you find? There you go, Enclosure Builder.
Wow.
10 birds played. Perfect synergy with the scrub fowl. So that's very, very nice. And yeah, there we go. Red Star eggs coming through as well. So that's probably one of the better bonus cards I think that Ren could have found. Very nice. Not so nice on the Philippine Eagle. So lightning is not going to strike twice. It does not look like for Labood, but we'll see if it can for Ren, because yeah, got some strong yellow powers coming through here. So we're going to see Benelli come through with this mannequin play. So that's going to be obviously nice big point birds. I think it might be worth seeing the Kakapo bonus card first. Yeah, he is going to do that just in case. Oh, not going to make a difference here though. Viticulturalist.
Nice.
Another nice 7 points. So, this is going to be a really close game. This could be.
I think so. Yeah.
These late bonus cards could well be swinging it back into Ren's favor. And yeah, as I say, nice big. 10 points for that Benelli. Very, very nice. And then yeah, this scrub fowl, 10 eggs as well. I don't know. This is tight. This is going to be really tight. Big scores we know on both sides. We're going to see as these scores come up, which way is this game going to go. So yeah, both players got lots of birds down. Both players had some very, very nice bonus cards. So strong scores all around there. Looks like Labood is leading at the moment, but all of those eggs coming through, bringing it back slightly for Ren. Obviously the tuck's on the rough as well. It's going to come down to these nectar points, and Ren is going to hold on for the win.
Very nice.
Wow, what a game. 135.
What a great first game.
128.
Yeah.
So very close at the end. Yeah, that's basically a bonus card swing in it at the end. Some of those, 8, 9 point bonus cards we saw coming through. A couple of 7s there. For Ren. And he's taken the win. He's pulled it off. That was quite the final round, considering I think where Ren was point wise in that third round. So many points were scored at the end. That was very impressive.
Huge comeback in points. Very nice. This was a great first game to get this finals kicked off here. Very exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah, couldn't ask for a better game really to show off what it means to be in a tournament final here. So very, very nice play. Both players kind of doing slightly different things on each board. Obviously the nice start for Labood and all those strong bonus cards, but Ren pulling it back with those teal powers and the yellow combos at the end. Very, very nice to see. So yeah, tough decisions I think both players had to work through, and some nice bonus cards, but very, very fun game.
I think, that's a great start, and I'm excited to see where the rest of this tournament's going to lead us.
Absolutely, yeah. That was the first of what could potentially be 3 or 4 games here as we're in this, slightly unusual best of 3 double elimination finals. So I hope everyone watching has still got energy for more Wingspan. We're going to bring you some more. I think we're just going to take a minute or two break as we wait for game number 2. So don't go anywhere, and we will be back in a couple of minutes time. All right, welcome back. We've got a change in the commentary booth, so thanks again to Kitty for game 1. Joining me on this game 2, we've got Motherlove. How are you doing today?
Hello, hello. Yeah, I mean, it feels like we've been watching Wingspan forever, even though it's only one game. A decision-heavy game for sure. I feel like some games are on rails and you sort of know what you want to do, and some games you have to think every turn, and that was a thinker for sure.
That was, yeah, definitely lots of little micro decisions, I think, going on, and yeah, lots of different options, especially with the teal powers and the yellow powers at the end. So difficult to negotiate, I think, there for Ren, but yeah, managed.
Negotiated pretty well.
Yeah, I think so. Always good to see a nice teal and yellow powers game. So yeah, we may have a few more minutes before we do get underway. So we'll keep you posted as that plays out. But
I think Ren is having a power nap right now.
I think so. I mean, to be honest, I do not blame him. I definitely would not mind one. So yeah, okay. I think in that case we'll just we'll just take another few minutes on the break. And yeah, we'll jump back in and let you know when we're ready for game number 2.
There's a player called Birdnado.
All right, we are back for game number 2. Thanks everyone for waiting. And we're straight into this with Ren going first in this case with that starting hand. So, okay, got some forest and some wetland options. Not really especially great ones. Yeah.
Well, Cowbird is good.
Cowbird, yeah. Cowbird could be an option. I mean, we've got
Sandpiper can be really good.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because we've got the common sandpiper where you want eggs in the wetlands, and then we've also got this tit warbler where you want eggs in the forest. So they maybe don't quite work too well together. But Tui's always a bit of a gamble, I feel like, at the start, where you have no idea what your opponent's going to play. So, I mean, do you look to keep that here as just maybe a backup, and do some digging otherwise?
Just outrageously expensive, to be honest. So
yeah.
I don't know.
It's always tough with the double nectar.
Obvious pick feels like Sandpiper, Warbler, Cowbird, but like you said, it puts a huge egg demand on your birds.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the tricky thing to think about. I mean, we do of course have the rough in the tray. In this game, we saw it played to great effect by Ren in game 1. So, is that a bird you expect to be picking up on that first turn, just to make sure you have it in your hand?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I usually look at if it's worth sacrificing an action from my bird if I have a good bird, but I don't think Common Sandpiper is so good that you can't sacrifice a wetland action with Sandpiper in your water.
Yeah, I think that's normally a good rule of thumb, and I think especially with something like Sandpiper, to actually get the good usage out of it, you got to play it, you got to have a turn laying eggs on it, and then you're drawing cards, and that's just there's no chance that the rough is still going to be there by then, and like you say, it's just you're not you're maybe getting an extra card, which obviously is good, but I feel like for a bird like the rough, where especially once you've got the Sandpiper in, you're going to get extra cards. You're not going to have any problem having cards to tuck under that rough. I feel like that's just going to be such a good bird. And I mean, even I don't normally like to look ahead to the last end of round goal this early, but it doesn't hurt. Birds with tuck cards, so could be
for sure.
Could be a nice option.
To be fair, they probably want Weft down in the grassland before they lay eggs on the Sandpiper.
Yes, I think that may be the consideration as well. And this tit warbler is interesting. I think, again, kind of as I said, like I think if it wasn't the same kind of thing as this Sandpiper, where suddenly you need eggs in 2 different habitats, it could be an interesting option to go with. But I almost feel like Sandpiper and Dig, I'd probably rather do that. And then if you're desperate, Forest Towhee's not a terrible option, just to get a bit more food going in this early game. But yeah, I think that the advantage of that Sandpiper is that it's going to help you see extra cards. You can just draw a bunch. You need cards for the rough, and yeah, you'd hope that with a little bit of digging, you find yourself a nice forest bird, a nice food generator, and go from there. So, kind of going back and forth with this tit warbler, but yeah, we'll be interested to see. So yeah, it's a question that I'm thinking about in the chat as well, and you sort of mentioned it, Mother Love. Like, do you go for this cowbird? Is that one you keep, or is that too contingent on needing the Tui or the tit warbler to actually have the nest type ready?
I always really like cowbird, even in Oceania. Even if you don't play it round 1, but they might be looking at the bonus card as well, because it doesn't count for a nest type for the grassland.
Yeah,
it's the bonus card they get.
Yeah,
but I might keep. I don't know about the tit warbler. I might keep Sandpiper, cowbird, take Wef and Dig.
Yeah, that's where I lean as well. I think cowbird. It's kind of one of those where it's nice to just have it kind of up your sleeve and just wait and see what your opponent does. And like if they play like a chipping sparrow in the forest, or they play like pushed it in the wetlands, you can think, okay, I don't need this anymore. But it's kind of there ready just in case your opponent does go for grasses. But going with the tit warbler instead here. Let's have a look and see what Labu's got. And wow, that was the fastest ever
immediate
click
wagtail,
Willy Wagtail I've ever seen. No hesitation there. maybe thinking twice, but okay. Well, when you got Omni, I
Oh,
think
okay,
I think
probably taking it again. Yeah.
you got to go for it and looking at this Oriole as well. So, yeah, definitely going to make for an interesting game if
I
we are
don't
going to see
mind
that
that.
go in the forest. But yeah,
I think just keeping those two works pretty well, and you can sort of reset the toy a few times, dig for food.
yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, Bitten seems like a bit of an unusual keep in this situation. I think it's kind of risky when you don't necessarily know if your opponent is going to be playing that many wetland birds, and especially if you're kind of, you know, if you're going to go with the Willy Wagtail, I feel like you've got to go all in on it and at least give it a chance early on to see what it can find you.
Yeah. I mean, Bitten,
yeah.
even when it's good, it's not that good. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Exactly.
I'd rather keep the extra food to try and get Oriole down.
I think so.
Quickly.
Yeah, I think that's going to be important because, I mean, again, like you don't know if your opponent is going to be going in the forest and taking some food there, but you kind of imagine that at some point they're going to want to take some food. And yeah, Oriole.
It's gonna have to happen.
Exactly, it's going to have to happen at some point. Oriole certainly not a bad option, but okay. Spending the nectar.
That's really good for them.
Yeah, rock pigeon.
Well, not really good. It's pretty good for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it works really well with the strategy that Red's gone for here, which is have birds that need eggs on them, because that's exactly what this rock pigeon is going to help with. So, yeah, that could certainly be a good play to go with. But yeah, I still feel like Sandpiper. Yeah, you got to prioritize getting that down, especially when Willy Wagtail has been played. I think you're going to be pretty sure that your opponent's going to take food here and flip the tray. So be ready to pick up cards, right? If something good is
you gotta be ready to capitalize on.
Always be ready, because we all know how these Willy Wagtail games go. You take food, you reset the tray, and you reveal Benelli or something for your opponent. So, or if you get a goldfinch, which is certainly not a bad one, but then you reveal a yellow-headed blackbird. So. I feel like that is going to be, pretty much instantly grabbed by Ren.
Yeah, that's not bad at all, is it?
Yeah, it's like a solid one.
Normally, I feel like early game, it can
there you
sort
go.
of mess up with your card draw. But if it goes really well with Sandpiper, so
it does.
Like you have the guarantee that you always have an egg for Sandpiper.
Yes, and certainly with the Ruff, and now with this Eastern Imperial Eagle, having those extra cards coming through, yeah, definitely not going to hurt. So feels like Ren's probably got enough to be sort of going with now, getting these birds down, and yeah, certainly I think I'd look at doing the Tit Warbler and then I'd probably lay eggs.
Not sure if you still play the work pigeon. Yeah, probably forward the work pigeon laying eggs.
I think so. I think that's how I'd look to do it as well. Get the extra food, and then I mean it's going to be a question of how many turns you have to be able to get all of this down, right? If you can still play the blackbird, because I think you probably do want to get the Ruff in, but you also do want that blackbird. But obviously knowing that there's a goldfinch, in your opponent's hand as well. Waiting and seeing when that's going to come out, and if that's maybe going to put you off going with the blackbird too early.
I'm not sure, because I know with white stork sometimes you don't see what they get.
I think it is visible to the other player now if you're paying attention, because they can. I think the tray flip
fast.
it goes quickly. So if you blink, you'll miss it, especially with a bird like goldfinch that is going to be grabbed pretty instantly. So but yeah, I say turns kind of at a premium even at this early stage to try and make sure that you're getting everything out, and I feel like you do want to get that Ruff in to be able to use that in round one, and obviously do a bit of card cycling. So I think that's going to be certainly an early priority here for Ren.
I mean, play Tit Warbler, lay eggs, take food, play with, and then draw cards, 5 turns. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Certainly. Blackbird, I think,
you want to play that at some point, but probably wait until the next round. I think there's probably a way here as well where you can make sure that you have an egg on the sandpiper, and then still when you play the blackbird, you take your egg off somewhere else, and then you make sure that you've always got those 2 eggs in the wetlands. And it's a small difference, but just giving you sight of that extra card, can definitely go a long way here, I think. To just
Well,
see
if
more
they
birds.
do that, is that they're not gonna have an egg in the forest anymore as well.
Well, yeah, that's the that's the sacrifice. So, that's going to be the tough decision to
They
make.
kind of have the choice between round 1 Worth and round 1 Blackbird, and I think round 1 Worth is better, just because you see more cards.
Yeah, and maybe even making the decision between playing the tit warbler and not, because we're seeing food being taken here, and that would allow for both the rough and the blackbird to go down. So maybe it's going to be play rough, lay eggs, then play blackbird.
Yeah, play Blackbird and draw
and then
cards,
draw.
and forget about the tit warbler.
Yeah, I think that is going to be what happens. Yeah, because then you can tuck the tit warbler, and I think you should be drawing 2 extra cards net from your wetlands, which you could then look to tuck on the rough as well. So I don't hate that. It's maybe a bit of a gamble because it's leaving you with no food and no forest bird, but tit warbler's a tricky one. So yeah,
It feels like they were in a really not ideal, kind of an annoying position, and they're sort of gambling for a better one.
I think so. It should be a straightforward sequence, because I think now once you've made that decision, right, that you're taking food and that you're going to get these birds down, unless Willy Wagtail is going to flip up something interesting, which, to be honest, I mean, it has given 3 birds that do go very, very well together.
I was thinking the same thing.
So if you could go and just grab all 3 of those and get them down, it wouldn't be terrible. But yeah,
certified points moment.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, not really enough necessarily, for either player to go out of their way. So Labu being really patient here and just taking more food and not rushing into playing any of these birds. Maybe just holding off on the goldfinch until it's needed.
Kind of know that when already took food, they don't have a forest bird, they're probably not going to take food anytime soon.
Yeah, I think certainly on the Oriole, there's now not any great rush, and it does feel like it's more, okay, I know my opponent's got this blackbird, so first of all, that's going to do some tucking. Maybe that's the point at which I look to play the goldfinch, but also it's going to be their second wetland bird, so maybe that's the point that I go and play the bittern as well, and I can actually start to use that. So a couple of maybe decisions for Labu to think about. And I think he doesn't want to lay eggs as well, because this end of round goal feels like a pretty easy win if he just doesn't lay eggs here. So Parrot's getting food.
City's Warbler is actually good. It does the first 2 ends of round.
Well, that's true actually. Yeah, it's not often it hits more than 1. I mean, it's not often it even hits 1. So you take that small victory where you can. Bittern goes down.
Going down.
Yeah, so good timing to get the goldfinch. Then I don't know. You probably go and draw cards that last turn. I mean, I feel like Snowy Owl's not a bad one to go for here. Just give you that option of maybe getting a tray bird or maybe getting an extra egg come in. We will see on that. But Ren's going to do his drawing, get the tuck obviously, and hopefully some more fodder for the rough.
Feels like Labu has had a response for everything Ren has played. Play
It does
second
feel
bird in
that
the
way.
wetland, I play bittern,
Yeah.
and then I play goldfinch for the blackbird. I still like Ren's position better. Ooh.
Now definitely looking good. Another tucky bird coming through.
I'm sure.
So yeah, definitely feels like a wetlands game. I mean, I don't know if you were here at the start of game 1, but there was a Eurasian coot that came up very early, which both players left. And Ren could definitely have been in a strong position to be, going with that in the wetlands with the barn swallow and going all in on the wetlands, and he chose not to. Obviously worked out in the end, But I feel like here, yeah, this feels like a good wetland start with these tucking birds and just seeing extra cards and obviously the ruff and the eagle in hand. So yeah, we'll see if Ren's going to lean all in on this wetlands this time. May just depend, yeah, which birds are going to come up that are going to help support what's looking like a good
What's the
start.
bonus card again for when?
It's
Questland?
the nest,
Analyst?
different
No,
nest,
it's not analyst.
the different nest types.
Okay, population monitor.
Yeah.
So I was looking at that snowy owl, but
Yeah, it's not ideal with the ruff, but I don't know. I mean, don't know necessarily if it's one that you go out of your way to block here. I think if you pick it up, it's going to have to get tucked under the ruff. I don't necessarily know if it's worth skipping the rough tuck on that one. So yeah,
nah, nothing is really good here.
No, I think you
Plus,
just
you really want to throw a bird.
yeah. I feel like I would just go and top deck here and just see the extra card, and there we go, Parrot Crossbill. That is as we described in game one. That's like a prime tucking candidate there. So Ruff is going to be
Another
well
bird
fed.
that's probably never been played in a competitive game.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. I think you're probably right. So I doubt we'll see it go down here, but indeed, drawing cards for Labood. Not necessarily getting anything too amazing. May look at that wheat here as a bit of an option for some eggs and some food in the grasslands. But here we go. Time for the tucks. On the ruff, I feel like
Hook for the
Nuthatch.
end of round.
Yeah, I feel like Nuthatch might not be a bad one. So you get a food back, but oh, there you go.
like
That
Nuthatch.
that
Okay.
barn swallow will go very nicely. So yeah, some nice draws coming through here for Ren to build out in the wetlands with all of these tucking beds. So we'll see how that develops as we come into round 2. Not the greatest of trays for Labood to be going with. So yeah, I mean,
Well, there is a wood swallow and they have a mountain blue, but
they do.
they're not really
and-
making a lot of eggs. So.
Yeah, and it's a nice easy pickup with the wagtail. I always feel like when you've got wagtail, when there is a nice bird in the tray that has a cup nest that you know you can pick up, it always feels like a good time to go and take food and just do that. Obviously, it's
Yeah, that's
nice to use the reset tray power, but as we've kind of seen, it doesn't always work. And even when it does, it doesn't necessarily get you the best birds. So it can be a tricky one. But yeah, honestly, wood swallow, it wouldn't be bad here if that's going to be the way this game goes, and play these birds in the grasslands just to get some eggs. But I have a feeling he might look at this wheat here as an option to go with that in the grasslands. So
Wood
We'll
swallow
see.
would be a decent end of round snipe as well.
yes, very true. This is going to be an interesting end of round goal to look at. Obviously, the blackbird's going to help Ren, but he's also going to have this barn swallow, so maybe some considerations to think about there. But yeah, obviously nice tucky birds, but you got to get them down, and only one egg in supply on the blackbird may need some patience. I think for Ren to be able to get all these out. But once it's going, you're probably just then looking for that by a weaver or a mute swan or any bird like that to tuck all the extra ones, and you're going to be in a good spot.
Well,
But there we go.
I'm not sure if you. Okay, Morning
Dove's
going to
help.
Here.
That's going to help a lot.
It gives you a very complete forest.
Yeah, I think, we saw in game 1, Labood early on was very aggressive, spending food, resetting the tray to get, just sight of more birds. And I think it's worked out here again.
You could take Morning Dove, blind draw, and then get the Serene with the wagtail.
Yeah, I think I was just trying to think about the Seren even. I don't know if that's necessarily... I suppose there is still time, and it would help for this end of round goal as well. But
if they play it full, it's 6 eggs.
Yeah, it's pretty decent, and will just help support this Morning Dove, and you probably don't have to lay eggs again in the rest of this game. So we're seeing a lot of pink powers come up, but actually nobody's going in the grasslands. So those will not get taken. But yeah, definitely going in the forest now. I think makes sense with this Willy Battle, and it's all going to be about what that can find. Or what it can
okay,
reveal.
we're going full wetland. I was about to say, I'm not sure if from this position they like take food, play the coot, or if they still try to dig for a forest bird before that.
Yeah,
But they do have the ball guy in their hand.
yeah, I was thinking about
No,
that.
actually, they don't need ball guy. They always draw 5 cards.
I think that's
Tuck
I think that's the thing is that with the Sandpiper, where you're always going to get that extra card. But then again, you might need some cards for the rough. Yeah, I think you have to. I think you have to.
The end of rounds are pretty good for you as well.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that last one is, pretty much a gimme. It's obviously tough where you know there's a European Goldfinch down and you're basically giving your opponent a point every single turn. But I don't really know what else. I don't really know what else Ren can do here.
They're gonna be doing that anyway. And
yeah.
The way I look at it, the more talking birds you stack on, the more it devalues like that point, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Because at the moment, like, you know, Ren scoring 3 but giving 1 away to Labood, whereas, you know, once Chiff Chaff is down, you could be scoring, what's it going to be, like 7 or 8 points a turn, and you're only giving 1 away. Oh, well, you just fine bushed it as well. So that works. Too many choices here. But yeah, I think
Coot is better. But,
yeah, I don't know. You've definitely got to go for the Chiff Chaff. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, with this Eagle in hand, that definitely makes things a little bit more tricky. And I say with the rough as well, I suppose you just skip a few tucks early on and just make sure that you keep the cards for that. But yeah, there's
for me it feels fairly straightforward because they already have 1 worm. They can take 2 food, play the Coot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that for me is what would make something like the Brolga that we did see like less of a good option, because you suddenly have to take food twice to make that work.
Yeah.
Whereas here, like you say, you take food once, you got the 3 food, you play your 2 birds, and you're basically good to go. You just draw cards as much as you want. Make sure you get the tucks on the rough, and then see if the Eagle probably is worth playing given the bonus card, but obviously you might find Benelli's as well, and you have another decision to make there. So yeah, should be a straightforward full tuck setup here that Ren can just focus on going with.
At the same time, I feel like they're not gonna go for it. I don't know, they kept Astrapia, and there's an arguably valid option of going food, Astrapia down, getting Bush-Teeth Blackbird down in your wetland, and you don't have to worry about eggs anymore. But again, you still food poor.
Yeah,
and
I think that's the problem.
I think Chief Chaff is better.
Yeah, I agree. I think I think it's a situation where, like, even here, if you did go with the Bush Tit, you know, you're still gaining net 3 cards each turn you draw, and there's not really an obvious way that those are going to get used and turned into points. You know, obviously with the rough, it's going to be useful. With the Eagle, sure, you're going to use a few, but it could just be one of those situations where you end up with loads of cards left over. And you just think, I wish I just played Chiff Chaff because these would all be points if I had played it. So, yeah, I think
we're going to see.
We are going to see it. We are going to see this definitely go. So I think that's the right choice. And yeah, let's say be Chiff Chaff. And I think it should be Chiff Chaff Coot, as you say. I mean, there is that little consideration of, okay, well, actually, you know, the Bush Tit would get me an extra bird with an egg on it potentially for this end of round goal, but I feel like that's one that you know your opponent's going to win anyway in this situation. So I wouldn't really put too much thought into it. But who knows? If we see Labood play the Serin, that could change things. But I quite like the Twite here as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see that go in. And we are seeing Bush Tit, so here we go. Bush Tit's going down, potentially for the end of round goal.
Well, if they do end up going Chiff Chaff, it does make their whole engine weaker. So it's not really a valuable trade-off.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, you could do the calculation, right? Because you're going to get 5 times what you're going to get an egg, where obviously instead of you would have got a card, which would then still be a tuck. But then beyond that, once the bush is full, that's when you're missing out on the points. So, the trade-off for the extra turns beyond those first 5 of losing those points versus the points that you might be gaining here on this end of round goal. I don't know. It's probably touch and go, but yeah, I think I would have leaned towards playing the coop more, just because again you're seeing more birds and like Benelli is still out there potentially that you could go and find, and it is an extra card that you're looking at.
But yeah, I was thinking as well because now, sorry, Labu doesn't really have a reason not to spam the wagtail anymore, but that also gives you so much more chance to see Bonelli. Because wagtail can't pick it up.
Yes, exactly. And I feel like, and we were talking a little bit about conspiracies in the break, I feel like that is almost a dead cert, is that at some point when you play wagtail, it is just going to reveal Benelli. Like, that just happens. So certainly with Labu going so heavily in the forest again here, as in game 1, and yeah, just using that wagtail quite aggressively, I think that will be quite the possibility. But I do feel like this game is playing out quite similar to game 1, where Labu's had a really quick start, has got the strong forest birds in, generating additional resources, got some good birds in hand to play. Ren being a little bit more patient, kind of taking time to get things set up, but could very easily be coming back into this just with lots of aggressive tucking. So we'll see what he can do here in terms of setting this up.
There's still an argument to be made for playing Voe Swift in the forest.
Yeah.
And going for a little bit of a... Yeah, but Voe Swift, he's still activating Goldfinch.
That's the thing, yeah. That's the trickiness. So I'd only feel comfortable doing that if I had extra cards in hand to play that could use that food. And I think at the moment... that's not really happening. So I think for me it's quite straightforward to just tuck those 3 that were being lined up, and
you gotta go all or nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a strong wetlands as it is, but Chiff Chaff just kind of caps it off. I mean, I suppose there's maybe an argument to make where you think, okay, actually I dig for a couple of turns until the egg spaces on these tucking beds start to fill up, and just see if I get, I don't know what you're looking for at that point, like maybe main duck or something might be better, because you're not going to max out.
I think it's still worth playing probably.
Yeah, those could be good options. So I think that those would be the only birds I'd probably play. Maybe like a mute swan instead of Chiff Chaff, but yeah.
But it's true that while you're at it, if you 4 eggs away, you still get 4 cards, so you can still jig for relatively free.
Yeah, because that's the thing. You know that those egg spaces are going to be
when he's doing math right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious what math he is doing, because I don't know. I don't know which of these birds in hand he's really agonizing over keeping, versus the Chiff Chaff. Like, I don't think any of these birds are better than the Chiff Chaff, and I don't see a world where you play either the Swift or the Coot here, or the Avadavat. So I think they can all pretty easily go, and yeah, just see what comes up in its place. But he's really thinking carefully about this, and I don't think it quite needs so much careful thought. So it looks like they have gone. Okay, more tucking birds in the grackle this time, but no, I don't think you can.
Actually, is a consideration I had early game. When they played Werf into Blackbird, they used the nectar for the Blackbird and not for the Werf. And now they're in a position where they're probably going to be competing for that habitat. Yeah,
and it's one of those. It's one of those kind of small things. It can be quite tough, I think, in the early game to kind of know where you need to spend your nectar to kind of you know, I don't think Ren would have expected, oh, I'm going to end up, you know, getting a wetland engine out of this, so I'm going to be spending more nectar down there. But yeah, the way this has played out, as you say, not having nectar spent in the grasslands is potentially going to cost a couple of points here. So yeah, not
literally a couple, yeah.
not ideal. But taking the time here to block, I would imagine, Red Star and Kia. I don't think those are going to be ones that he'll play, but again, kind of as you said, like being able to just draw and spend the egg, you're kind of not really losing that much out here. You know, you're always going to have extra cards to tuck under Chiff Chaff later. You're going to be able to tuck more than the number of cards that you have on any given turn. Okay, now the Coot comes up again, but not going to be not going to be the game for it this time with Chiff Chaff already in hand. So yeah,
do you play Mass Lapwing if you get it?
Ooh, it's a tricky one. I think if it didn't have the same, because it's a ground nest, right? If it didn't have the same nest type as the rough, I would think about it and maybe try and squeeze out extra points from the bonus card. Because yeah, the extra food honestly could be useful here, but equally I don't see much wrong with just going Chiff Chaff and just tucking, just draw cards the rest of this game, right?
Well, look who's back.
Who's back?
Really good draw here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Solid Kiwi, P-Foul.
Absolutely. So yeah, Kiwi.
That being said, P-Foul is 2 points for when, since they are
that's true.
Negative on cards.
Yeah, I think I would definitely think twice if I'm Labood about playing that P-Foul, to not give away those 2 cards, which will be points. But Kiwi's a great draw. Obviously, we saw the Snowy Owl picked up earlier, so that's a nice kind of insurance to have, where you know, so often is the case that you play the Snowy Owl, you draw 1 bonus card, it doesn't work with what you're doing. So actually just being able to sort of get a second chance at that, definitely a helpful insurance to have. And yeah, Chiff Chaff's got in, so Ren committing here in the wetlands, and it's just going to be a question of how many tucks that you can get and if it's going to be enough, because I think, as I said, Labood with the slightly quicker start and has definitely got some nice cards in hand to be playing, and a good forest engine already set up to go.
I think with calculation they're probably around 120. I'm assuming they win the last end of round.
You could call it a rough calculation. You see what I did there? Yeah. Oh, that was
pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
Never heard that one before.
And then the never before heard rough joke.
We do see one of my least favorite birds in the game, the magpie lark, because I always forget one of the clauses of it. Either I forget that the eggs have to be in the forest, or that the bird has to go into grassland. Yeah,
I mean, it's easily done, so I can completely understand. But
or that is hair altogether.
Yeah. I mean, I've done that. I definitely have done that with stuff like Mannequin, where I'll play it and then I'll just completely forget, and then it comes to the end of the game and I won't have anything to play. So that's always a little bit awkward. But I think it works pretty well here for Labood, right? It's got good synergy with the Serin for sure. You're basically gonna
the Serin, which is it's gonna be a 9-point, 10-point bird.
It's worked out nicely here. I think there was a little bit of a sacrifice that Labood did have to make in that round 2, where maybe he could have actually won the end of round goal, or at least got a tie. But then you're having to lay eggs, and I feel like getting the Serin down, as you say, for 9 eggs, it's going to be so helpful, and just going to help not only just with the points, but the eggs. That Labood's not going to have to worry about eggs now. He can just take food, pick up the big point birds that he's already able to find, and have no problem playing them. So yeah, should be.
Serin compared to Dracula White Fort or something, it's very easy to manage.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of feels. I think it's an interesting bird, the Serin, because I feel like for most teal powers, you kind of want to play them round 1. Whereas I almost feel like with the Serin, it's sometimes better to wait until round 2, because that's when you've actually got more birds down. Like would you rather play it in round 1 and only get 1 or 2 eggs per round for 4 rounds, or play it in round 2 and get 3 or 4 eggs for 3 rounds? Like, that sounds way better to me. So it's worked out.
That's just a well-designed bird, you know.
A very well-designed bird. So yeah,
Serin, I think, is a bit underrated because I think everyone who looked at it for the first time had the same reaction. Where they're like, but it seems like the power is the opposite of what you want to do with a teal power.
Yeah.
But yeah, you often can be able to get. I think I can often get either 2 eggs in round 1 or 3 eggs in round 2.
Yeah, and both of those feel like a good return to be getting, especially again on these Oceania boards where eggs can be such a headache sometimes. So it's a good option to have. And I mean, speaking of options, Labu's got loads of them in this hand. I mean, do you still go for the Forest Owlet here? Do you still think there's time to make that work, or do you just prioritize just playing these other big point birds? I mean, it looks like we are going to see Peafowl come down here, so
I mean, it is omnivore as well, so
yeah, I mean, it is going to get a couple of extra points there, but as we kind of touched on, obviously giving away a couple of points through the Chiff Chaff Tucks is not ideal, but does just cap out this forest. You're obviously clearing off the Serin eggs, which is important, and just seeing
still
more
a
birds.
9-point bird.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And I do appreciate the aspect of those asymmetric sharing powers, because you're getting a little more out of it than your opponent is.
Couple of ducks coming up, and I'm sure Sprague's Pipit. That's what I quite like about the Peafowl, actually, is that you can use it to grab a tray bird. So that's a good little timing thing to be doing there for the boot. So yeah, had some good bonus card luck in game 1 of this series. We'll see if that continues with potentially some more gambles
the birds aren't that as high scoring this time. They do have the Kiwi for insurance, Magpie Lark, Snowy Owl, Sprague's Pipit. They have the Mountain Bluebird still. They have some options.
Yeah.
But they're like good options, not amazing options.
Yeah, and I think. Oh, hello. I think to an extent it might depend a little bit just on what bonus cards come up, right? If Labu, if he's going to choose to play like Sprague's Pipit and the Snowy Owl early on, just to kind of see what those come up with. I mean, certainly, I think Kiwi to me feels like a really good Magpie Lark play. Just get that down as late as possible, depending on which is your worst bonus card bird. And there's not really any other amazing grassland options that kind of stand out, obviously, other than these other bonus card birds. But maybe just see again what this Wagtail's gonna flip up. If that's going to give a nice grassland option to play, then he can go with that instead. So remains to be seen. Meanwhile, red is just tucking into oblivion. Yeah. So this is a very very nice.
When did say earlier that they weren't known as a fast thinker, and it's a little funny to see them thinking so much about plays that seem kind of inconsequential at this point, because all those birds are getting tucked anyway.
It does feel like a situation here, I think, in this kind of wetlands where. Yeah, what are you looking for is probably Benelli. I'm not really sure there's any other bird that would come up that would make me think twice about whether or not it gets tucked. I think everything else is like, draw it, tuck it.
I think they had Vero. They can probably still keep they didn't keep it, but Vero they could have played with a Bonelli.
Yeah, I mean
the play one. I don't think it's. Anything is worth playing at this point.
No. I mean,
also I looked at it briefly. I'm pretty sure Bushtail ends up better than Coos because they did end up winning the end of round, and otherwise they would have had like, I'm not sure
slightly more than a rough calculation, that one. It's kind of borderline, because I think there's going to end up being, I think because he chose to draw cards like 1 or 2 times before playing Chiff Chaff, I think there's only going to be like maybe 4 turns here where you're going to miss out on an egg and therefore miss out on a point that the Coot would have scored. And then, as I say, like with the end of round goal flip, like it's tight. It's yeah, one.
But by the time they played bush, they had 8 X spaces.
Hmm.
No wait, they already saw 4 on the bush day, and they're gonna dwarf for 9 turns. See if they're gonna play a bird.
Yeah.
Don't worry, no need to worry about it.
Nah.
It's done.
I think these must have been the calculations that Ren was doing himself earlier. So I'm sure he's worked it out carefully. But I say it doesn't seem too too much to really worry about here. It's just I was gonna say it's just a case of maybe. Well, I was gonna say blocking the birds, but it's not like Hornbill can get played here by Laboud anyway. So yeah, just tuck. Make sure you keep cards to the rough, and maybe think about the eagle later on, which I feel like is going to be. I feel like that is going to be worth playing just purely for the bonus card,
for sure,
and obviously clearing out an X spot.
100%.
So yeah, could be well worth consideration later on.
I think it's unlikely that I get free cherries for free from the Baltimore Oriole to play the Hornbill.
Yeah,
But
I
you
mean,
never know.
this is the thing. Like, I always feel like sometimes in this situation, I would kind of look at that board and think, yeah, you can have a bit of food. Like, your best turn is almost certainly going to be drawing cards here.
Yeah, for sure.
But it can come back to bite you, and I think maybe that's why Ren went and picked up the
Reminds me of the
Hornbill.
game you had.
No, let's not talk about that one. But maybe that's where picking up that Hornbill was kind of almost just the insurance.
Yeah,
It was
as
saying,
a way to tell them
you can't give me berries because this is what I'm going to do with them. So yeah, maybe something in that. But yeah, lots and lots of options here for Laboud. I mean, I'd say like, what would you prioritize playing here? I mean, presumably some of these grass and birds.
We can lay eggs.
Yeah. Looks like Snowy Owl is going to go in for the bonus card. We'll see what that's going to be. Okay, well, I mean, that will at least get lower bound with the Kiwi, but I don't know. That might still be an option for discarding.
The Kiwi's probably going to throw it away. So.
I think so, yeah. I would expect that to be. Because you're not going to discard Omnivore, even though at the moment it is only 4 points, but yeah, I feel like that's a pretty easy keep.
When you have a lot of bonus card, Kiwi gives you so much leverage.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
6 points, you see 4 cards.
Yeah. Well, and just the fact that it is a star nest and has no wingspan, it helps for so many other bonus cards. So it is one of those
it has a lot of things going for it.
Absolutely. I mean, like as you say, like it works so well when you have loads of bonus cards, but it can be quite a painful one to play when you don't have many, because you want to play it to hit the bonus cards you've got, but then kind of as we said, like if you then have to discard one of those bonus cards it's hitting, it sort of feels like a bit pointless. So I'm sure Laboud will want to be playing stuff like the Sprague's Pipit and maybe even just seeing maybe more bonus cards could come up, with the Wagtail tray resets, but still a bit of time in this game, but fast coming to a conclusion, and he's hoping to play some stuff.
Good tray in round 4.
I think so, yeah, that's going to be the key, really.
For IG, I don't think they wanna draw cards. They already have 1 million cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the tricky thing. It's kind of a dud turn, so you're sort of hoping. I mean, I guess you're always hoping for like Puffin, but really just a nice cup nest bird, right, that you can pick up with the wagtail while taking food. So that feels like the ideal outcome here for Laboud.
It's a little bit tricky because they have 4 birds to play in the grassland, I'm pretty sure. And looking for a cup nest water bird is it's a tall order.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Maybe wishing that Chetty's Warbler was going to come back. So we'll see. But okay, skipping Chiff Chaff. So I think that means Ren is probably prepping to do the Eagle, probably earlier or sooner rather than later in that next round, and obviously have cards for the rough as well, which I can understand and sort of, as we said earlier anyway, certainly those last few turns you're going to be skipping some Chiff Chaff tucks anyway, so it doesn't hurt to skip them now and have a few extra in hand, and then obviously just tuck those extra ones later. That feels most likely to happen. So I think that would be really the only kind of difficult decision that Ren has to think about in that final round, is just the timing of when he's going to play the Eagle. Do you keep digging and seeing if the other one's going to come up as well? Whereas Lubud I think has a few more trickier decisions. That he has still got the Chetty's Warbler, so who knows, maybe that will make an unlikely appearance, but looks like double play is going to go down. And Magpie Lark or Sprague's Pipit. See, maybe the Pipit just for the bonus card now. No, go for the Magpie Lark. So
yeah, it's probably Pipit is probably a bird that's more important to play early.
Yeah, I think if you are going to play it, which I feel like Lubud probably should, just to at least see more bonus cards and get that information on what is going to get discarded perhaps with the Kiwi. So I would expect to see that go in. Yeah, obviously trade dependent. I'd expect to see that go down quite early on into this final round as we get there, but see.
I didn't check who was winning to end the round as well.
It looks like Ren, just with all those low point birds, has taken it. So here we go. Into the final round. Not a great tray. Maybe the Galileo might be a tempter, but it's time for a poll, and it's time for me to ask you, Mother, who you think is going to win this game.
Difficult to say. I mean, I want to say Labud probably.
Yeah, it feels tough. It feels tough when there's so much uncertainty on these bonus cards that are going to come through.
The problem with tucking engines like that is that you can't really squeeze out more points or like have a better end game than you already have, unless you get Bonelli's Eagle, of course. But
yeah, it kind of feels like Ren is just going to score whatever points he scores, whereas Labud is kind of, there's a bit more, could go either way really in terms of which cards come up. I mean, not drawing great stuff there. I feel like he's got to pick up this Gallinule. There we go.
I mean, I still think Gallinule is cool. I still think when he's going to score around 120. I just think like Labud can beat that if Kiwi is decent.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is what's the Sprague's Pipit going to get? And we got to remember as well, like that Kiwi, because of the Magpie Lark, like that Kiwi's basically for free at the end. Obviously the food cost, but he doesn't need a turn to play that. So that's an extra turn that maybe scoring an extra few points, laying eggs, or playing another bird. So that's something to think about. Whereas Ren obviously is going to be scoring pretty certain points with these tucks and with what I imagine will be this Eagle play. But missing out on those nectars, I think, could be big.
Eagle does the bonus card as well. They are going to win the end of round, so that's actually quite a few more points.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's the key.
Maybe 130.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe they get 130. And immediately that's a little bit harder to catch up to.
Yeah. That suddenly means you need like a couple more good bonus cards to come through to give.
It's also possible that my math is completely off. Which...
Well, I mean, okay. I mean, we know kind of roughly how many points this is scoring, right? This Wetlands, because he's drawing 5 cards, and then with one tuck and draw, you get an extra point there. So it's basically 6 each time. So for 5 turns, 30 points.
They have a little
But-
bit of backlog of cards as well, and
Yeah.
Eastern Imperial, it's a 10-point bird, and it's gonna do the bonus card.
Yeah, so that'll
And it's
replace.
gonna give them one more egg as well.
Yeah, that'll replace one of the card drawing turns. So I don't know. I feel like 130 feels like a good kind of estimate.
Mm-hmm.
Like bearing in mind, like you say, there's going to be 7 and round goal points coming in, and yeah, a few more bonus points, and obviously, I guess it probably would end up just being 1 rough tuck because it's whatever that Sandpiper draws on that last turn that you take cards. Is probably the best way of doing it, but yeah, if
I think
Benelli
you
comes
know
up, it'll be
Kiwi-
nice, but we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. For Laboud, I think Kiwi is a big bird for your other bonus card, so you have to play
Yeah,
Sprax Pipit first. You're looking to Pipit, Gallinule, Kiwi.
yeah, I think those feel like the obvious plays. I think I probably play. I think I play Pipit now because just in case, like maybe there's like some nest type bonus card that I'm then 1 away on, and then playing some other different bird, or maybe 2 away because playing Kiwi. But like maybe there's something like that where I need that information. But otherwise, yeah, it feels like those are probably the only good birds in hand that we'd expect to see go down.
They are gonna sway the Wetland Nectar as well.
Yeah.
Unless they roll horribly, which is a possibility.
Yeah, well, I mean, the feeder's not looking good right now, so there's no certainty that you're going to get that much nectar coming through. And with Laboud, if he wants to play extra birds, it's not that many turns taking food. So yeah, I would expect that Wetland Nectar to flip, and obviously that'd be a few extra points. But it does feel like, again, it's kind of like game 1. Like it could go either way. It's going to be some fine margins. I mean, the chat is saying Laboud a little bit more confidently than in game 1, but yeah, there's still opportunities for change, I think, as we come through towards the late stages of this game.
When he's thinking too much.
I would agree. I think this, especially in a final where you may well have to play 1, maybe even 2 more games after this. Like,
yeah, keep some of that thinking for later.
Keep some of your mental energy. Wingspan is surprisingly taxing on the brain. So when you're going to need to spend some of that mental energy later on, like don't waste it on agonizing over which cards to tuck or which cards to block from a tray.
Over which card that you're probably never going to play.
Yeah, I think this is where if I'm playing, I'm just on autopilot. I'm just don't need to think. Just draw and tuck, and I know I'm looking for Benelli, and if I see any bird that's not Benelli, it's getting tucked. Like I don't care really what it is. So yeah, I think when you're in it for the long haul, you've got to reserve some mental energy for later, because otherwise, if you spend too much of it now, you could end up making an easy mistake later on that's going to cost you the game, and that's really not a position you want to end up in.
I think they're trying to think about how many cards they have to keep to do worth at the end.
Yeah,
but the thing is, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter
if you tuck them
now.
under worth.
Yeah, it's so early in the round still. Like even if you know you're gonna have a turn playing, playing the eagle, there's still 3 more turns after that where you're going to be tucking, and you're still going to be, drawing excess cards. Also, being able to tuck those extra cards with the Chiff Chaff. So,
I mean, personally, I think you should use any of the turns where the tray is bad to play the eagle.
Yes, I agree. That's the time to do it. Because that's in an unusual situation where something good does pop up, you want to be ready to react. So, I mean, I would probably have been playing that Eastern Imperial Eagle like the first turn of this round. Just get out of the way. You're going to want to play it. Sure, maybe Benelli comes up, but I think if Benelli does come up, that's fine. You still play that. That's still better than drawing cards. So, I don't think it needs to be too much of a factor. But Laboud does get the nectar that he wanted. That's very nice. not so nice on the tray. Reset
Yeah,
there.
probably take nothing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like there's always a chance you might end up with Visionary Leader or something, and then you kind of wish you had the extra card, but I think he's probably fine. Either way here, and yeah, no harm done.
That's true. I mean, if Bonelli's Eagle was the next card in the deck, Wen was gonna duel anyway.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think at this stage it's making too much of an impact. So, but yeah, I say probably going to see the Eagle go down. Hopefully sooner rather than later. And yeah, if the end of round goal wasn't already guaranteed, I think it will be now.
They're gonna have to take full again, right? I don't know why they didn't take the cherry from Oriole. I think they may being too conservative with the sharing here.
Yeah, I think maybe there is
now
a concern.
They struggle.
Yeah, about the amount of food that Laboud is going to have to be able to do all these things, and whether he is going to need to take food again, as you say. So
But they're going to struggle to play Pipit and Gallinule because they only have one seed and one nectar.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to take food again for Kiwi, I'm pretty sure anyway.
Yes. Yeah, well, that and that's the thing is, you know, not being able to spend the nectar there on the Magpie Luck play, which, as I say, I'm assuming is going to be the Kiwi. You know, you're going to need that specific food, and yeah, making sure that you spend your nectar on the wetland play. But okay, this I was not expecting, but seeing food being taken now.
They're going for nectar points.
Yeah, are we going to see? Maybe this is worth it. Now, hear me out. I think we're going to see Minivet into Goldfinch, and then you can play the Eagle with the Goldfinch, and then you still get Rough Tucks.
That's true. And you get the nectar points.
And you get the nectar points, which maybe is worth it. I'm trying to do the rough calculations now in my head.
Debatable.
Because you're completely sacrificing a turn here. But you do then basically, if it was a turn where you were only getting 6 points, you get those back. I mean, by doing the double play.
That's a 2-point turn. Yeah, it's a 2-point turn because you get the nectar.
Yeah, but then when you do the double play next turn, you're still, because you're going to save, presumably you save the egg. When you do the double play, then yeah, then that's still going to be 6 points. So
you don't need to save eggs though.
No, but you see,
where...
sure, but it's save egg or save a worm, and you're not saving a worm. So
yeah, it's just you're not really getting an additional.
You're not getting benefit from it. No, that's right. But this feels like it may be worth it. I think with the nectar points coming through as well, because you still get to play the Eagle, and you do get to squeeze out a couple more Rough Tucks, I think, out of that.
2 more Rough Tucks.
Yeah.
Your Eagle play is slightly less valuable because you can't use it
because you don't get the egg back. Yeah.
And you are losing a 6-point activation. It's if it's better, it would be marginal.
Yeah, I mean, you are losing a 6-point activation, but also you're kind of, I think you're not, because you're losing 6 points, but you're getting those back when you play the birds. I don't know. It's tough because you would either have had 3 turns drawing and 1 turn playing the Eagle, whereas now you had a turn taking food, a turn playing birds, and then just 2 turns drawing. But that turn playing birds...
From what I can tell, you're losing 6 points and you're getting 4 points because you're getting 2 nectar points and 2 Rough Tucks.
Yeah. It feels...
And you're losing an extra point on not getting the egg back from the...
Yeah.
Well, that's not really losing a point, is it?
It feels very marginal. And it feels like now even he's having second thoughts about it. I feel like you can't, once you've taken the food, you have to do it. Yeah, you've made your bed, right? You've got to commit. You've got to go for it. There's not going to be any other bird that's going to be worth playing here.
That's
But
the
that
annoying
feels-
thing with this bonus card as well, is that it's 2 or 3 for the first
Yeah.
stage. And it always feels like it's such a huge gap between 2 and 3 when I have it. Because if they could play the Goldfinch and then the Eagle and get more points off the bonus
I
card,
think that's the thing. Yeah.
that'd be really cool.
Yeah. It does feel a bit strange that you already get points for playing 2, and then you don't get anything more for playing the third one. But then suddenly playing 4 or 5, you get bigger jumps there. So it is a bit of a strange one, but yeah, Laboud looks like has got the food to do all the plays now. So yeah, I guess we're going to see the I can't remember which birds it is now. The Sprace Pipit and the Gallinule, and then yeah, get ready to do the Kiwi at the end. So we'll see, but yeah, I do feel like there's almost some trying to be a little bit too clever, a little bit too cute when you've got this wetland set up and you could just be drawing and getting those tucks and not having to worry about anything else. But we are seeing double play into Gold's Finch with the Nectar. And yeah, picking up some points there. So
Maybe they're going for the secret behaviorist.
aspirational behaviorist when there's no bonus card bears going down. So yeah,
You never know when Quested Ibis goes down, you know?
Well, that's true actually. Yeah, you have got to be ready, and maybe that's also a reason to just keep some of these extra cards hanging around. So yeah, it's not a. I suppose that you've got the eggs as well anyway to spend on that, but yeah, we're not going to see that in this game. What we are going to see is some bonus play. So we are going to see the Sprague's Pipit. It looks like
Little too much thinking.
I think again, overthinking the Nectar doesn't matter too much. Enclosure builder,
Because it's not
that's
like
fine.
Crown Nest.
So now, do you suddenly have
it's
a
not
better
like
option?
when can overtake you on the Nectar
No.
somehow in the wetland.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, I think that's a fine pickup. 4 points on the enclosure builder, and yeah, 2 more turns. Which I say, hopefully now it will be more straightforward from Ren's perspective to just draw and just tuck, and you just say, now I know that it's basically just Benelli. It's the only card that could possibly come up. Everything else can go. And yeah, it's just about making sure you tuck the right number of cards, you keep the 3 to tuck under the rough, and then eventually those go under the eagle as well. So nope, just tuck the cards.
you
tuck the
took
card. No. Yeah.
Okay, with you're
don't
getting
need-
a card back from the Sandpiper.
Yeah, and especially with another turn after this drawing cards. Yeah, I don't think you need to worry too much. I think that's the thing. I'm a little bit worried he's going to forget that the Sandpiper gets a card on that final turn, and is going to skip too many tucks. So hopefully, we don't end up in that situation. But yeah, we'll be fine drawing cards on that last turn, tucking as many as possible, and
It's
yeah,
been
go from there.
Pointed out in chat as well. I was a little confused when tucked the Vero, and they could have had Minivet into Vero into Goldfinch for the end here.
Yeah, and then
And that would have been essentially like 3 points for for 1 card, so net 2 points basically.
Yeah, because then you'd be able to save. You'd be able to spend the eggs instead of saving them, and then obviously, as we talked about, you're then clearing out that space, and then being able to get those eggs back anyway. So it's basically for free.
They have too many
nice.
cards in hand now.
Yeah, well, this is where you are actually hoping for Visionary Leader, because that would unironically be one of the better bonus cards in this situation, I think, for Laboud to go and draw. So
I feel like when they're gonna be okay, but it feels like they did a bunch of too much thinking maybe on this one.
I would agree with that. So we'll see. But yeah, it's again, as with game 1, it's going to come down to what is that bonus card going to be at the end, because a big Kiwi from this Magpie Lark,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, that could make the difference.
Funny because from Wen's position, I would have actually been more focused on trying to get equal number of tucks on all my birds.
Yeah,
Then-
that's where I spend
on
my
which-
mental energy when I'm doing a full tuck. Spread out the
That's
tucks
what
of
I'm
Chiff
worried
Chaff.
about.
Yeah. Yeah, only 6 on the Chiff Chaff itself. And only 3 on the Sandpiper. Feel
So
like
we're hoping for a
gotta do
big
better.
Kiwi here.
Yeah. But here we go, yeah, 3 rough tucks.
He could still get Bonelli.
I was gonna say, if Benelli came up now, that would be very, very funny to squeeze out the extra point.
One extra point, yeah.
But yeah, 100, over 100 points into the 110s. Oh, I don't know. I feel like this looks like Ren's gonna have it with the eagle coming in here, because it is gonna get those extra bonus points as well. So yeah,
13 points,
yeah,
12 points.
Net 12 is very strong, and yeah, that Kiwi. Oh, it's gonna need basically to draw 2 really good bonus cards here. So we're gonna find out.
Well, I just realized
We're gonna find out.
miscalculation on that end of taking food, playing bird. I forgot to take into account that he wasn't activating Goldfinch when he does that.
Ooh, that's not what you want to see. Just the one good bonus
how much
card.
did he trade? 3 points or 4 points?
Yeah, traded 3 for 6. So it's still an upgrade, but
It's
I
not
think it's not gonna be enough. Oh, and there we go. All the suspense gone. But indeed, not enough. And I mean, what did you say? 130 for Ren ends up being 129.
Yeah.
Not a bad guess.
Nah,
so
pretty good.
pretty good going. So there we go.
A tough one to catch up for sure. I mean, yeah, good decision on their end to go for it, because it does feel like they had other options on the table
Hmm.
that they were thinking about. But yeah, commit to the Chief Chaff.
I think so. Yeah, it did feel like, as we said at the time, one of those situations where you kind of go all or nothing on that Chiff Chaff. You go all in on it, you get those tucks, and yeah, Goldfinch was a little bit scary. 10 in the end for Laboud there, but yeah, actually didn't matter too much. So there we go. Ren takes
on
this.
the bonus card end for Laboud. Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
won 2 in a row.
Yeah, not quite carrying through the nice bonus card draws from game 1, unfortunately. But Ren takes the best of
wage
3
rate
section.
from
And,
Laboud.
yeah, so this means we now go through into our sudden death. So we're going to have one more game coming up. It's going to be effectively a winner takes all situation. I think we're going to take.
Yeah, let's do some math on the on the take food play. I said 4 points instead of 6, but they do save 2 Goldfinch tucks, so
That's true, actually.
it's marginal.
It's marginal.
Probably equal.
It's yeah. It did feel very marginal at the time, but yeah, worked out in the end for Ren. So yeah, I think we're going to take a few minutes break, as we did after game 1, and yeah, we'll be back very shortly to bring you.
It's a very nice final board for Went.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Very
So
aesthetic,
2
very
good
pleasing.
games in this final so far. We'll hope for a third. But yeah, we'll be taking a short break and see you all in a few minutes.
Who are we back on? Okay, well, yeah, so they flipped. Laboul is going first, and this is winner takes all, I believe, from this one game. Because this series was not stressful enough for now. So here we go. Flan had to leave. He's too tired. He's taking a nap. So I'm joined by the Determinator.
Hello, everybody. Another interesting
Um,
round. Yeah. Rosella. Oh,
I
wow.
was just saying earlier that none of the games really had a good card draw bird, and hoping that the situation would switch, and now it feels like it's even worse.
Yeah.
It's a dire situation for Laboud here.
Yeah, I mean, so at least got the background night hair in the tree, which is both something better than the grey wagtail in the wetlands anyway. At least it's a big point bird. But
That's
yeah,
true. It
other
does
than
go
that-
to wetland. There's just not much you can keep here. Just go. Did you go grassland Wazella or forest Wazella? I've quite liked forest Wazella in
you-
recent times.
Do you even go Rosella at all? That's the question. I think I'm not. I would be
Or
very
you could
guarded
keep
about giving away
nothing.
nectar. Yeah, I mean, green beet is obviously a decent engine bird, but very expensive here. So yeah,
That's true, we'll
I
see.
might be tempted with 5 food here, to be honest.
I'd be tempted with solo grey wagtail just in the wetland for some digging. Because 2 Wazella is in that annoying food cost where you can't play it immediately.
Yeah.
It's one of the situations where you hope that if you stay at your hand a little longer, maybe the birds will change into something better. But they never do. Never works for
No.
me.
No, definitely not. And pretty awkward bonus cards as well. So yeah.
Well, different nest type, you can try and cash in on that Cisticola, and that's already somewhat decent. And you have the green bee eater.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I suppose he could do grasslands here with Rosella and have get green and beater as well and have a decent little grassland there. Yeah, but as I said before, giving away nectar in a winner takes all final is a very bold thing. But well, we've seen Laboon make some very bold decisions already in this final, so we'll see. Maybe he'll go for that.
Yeah, it's either that or solo grey wagtail, and I think I agree with you. I would probably go solo grey wagtail because green bee eater is like expensive for not that much bird, you know.
Yes.
So it feels like you're trying to make
Yeah.
something out of essentially 2 mediocre birds.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Oops.
Did Laboud freeze? What happened?
Yeah, I think he's frozen. Yeah, so I assume he's taken what he's got there.
It's okay. We got Flan in the background. Oh, okay. We got a lot of sharing. Some pretty cool birds.
Lots of sharing. We're going to see hummingbird and Rosella on each board here. That would be fun. And final and at least some card draw there.
Well, Sandpiper, you probably don't want to play if your opponent doesn't have a good draw.
Yeah.
But I think you could reasonably go just Wetland Hummingbird, and also dig.
Yeah.
I think Sandpiper is a net negative in the case where your opponent has such a bad wetland option. But obviously, Wen doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, thinking about Bushlark, I mean, I heard someone say that they think this is a bit underrated. I sort of see that because you do get 2 eggs out of it if you have an extra grain, and if you've got a hummingbird, maybe you can easily get grains and use that. So I don't
if
mind,
you
especially
got a-
because it's horrible not having any egg access. So I think it's fine to have something.
I mean, if
just
they're
in the
going
back
Sandpiper, I think they're going Forest Hummingbird. If they don't go Sandpiper, they're going Wetland Hummingbird. And you're trading a seed, like you're not making so much food that you want to throw away food to make more eggs. I think Boschlak is appropriately weighted, where you play it once every 100 times it shows up, and it's okay.
Yes.
I probably wouldn't keep it. I don't know about you. I'd probably go Hummingbird, Mannequin, and Dig.
Yeah, I think I probably would. I would gamble. Oh, we've lost the boot. That's a shame.
I think when he's really thinking if that Boschlak is worth it, and I just don't see it.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I think you've got to
If you started
something better
like
coming up. Yeah.
from Labout's position, if I have Eastern Wazela play in the forest, I go Bushlark, because I know I'm gonna be getting seed from the Wazela, and I'm getting quite a lot of food either way.
Yeah.
From this position, you're very limited in terms of food, and already Bushlark means you keep one few food.
Yeah.
Flan says, I don't think I've ever seen someone keep Bushlark at the start.
Yeah. I've just noticed like the last couple of lot 3 of the end of rounds are egg heavy, and those last 2 in particular, and so maybe that was part of Labout's thinking and going for that maybe a Grasslands Rosella here, but B-Ren's thinking about going Grass and Hummingbird even, but maybe not with taking the Bushlark as well. We'll see.
Okay, we're taking everything now. so coming with us.
Yeah, we're seeing almost every combination of birds. but yeah, it is a difficult one. It's definitely not a straightforward one, I don't think.
I mean, Peregrine is pretty cool. I like Peregrine. It's almost a guaranteed point. It's not difficult to play. And anything like it's better than Mannequin for early game Grassland. You can go Hummingbird, Peregrine, and you have all of your resources covered pretty much. If you play in the Grassland. I wouldn't keep Bushlark though. I really just don't see a way where it works out.
Yeah. As much as I was saying its praises, I think you've got to gamble on something better coming up for eggs. Yeah.
I would like to see the red-legged egg cannon, which is a bird I haven't seen in a while, and always feels like it can be really good, but I don't see it being really good that often.
Yeah, that's. Oh yes, no, we'll just keep. Yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense. But with the last end rounds as well, if you're gonna.
Well, I'm not the biggest fan of Orologist in Oceania compared to base game, but Ranger is terrible. So.
Yeah, true.
The game is making the choice for you a little bit here. Okay, so we solo Rosella.
Right, so. So I guess so he's you play the Rosella, lay eggs, and then use the nectar to get more than one card. I guess that makes sense.
I mean, it looks to me like they might be aiming for the Heron as well, which is a pretty good idea, because they're gonna fill up on eggs fairly quickly, and with Heron they can get a little bit more food. So that feels like a fair strategy for them, for Labout.
Yeah.
The Heron can be good for Labout if he skips forest. Yeah, Heron. Also, it's a 9-point bird. And it's not a bird that your opponent typically rushes into stealing in the early game.
No.
So I think he's relatively safe in waiting a little bit to take it.
Or is he? What is Ren going to pick up?
I wouldn't do anything until I've played a bird for Ren. Well, how come they kept a worm? Why did they keep a worm? I thought for sure they would keep a mouse, but
guess that's the food for the hummingbird, but it doesn't say it doesn't matter. But oh well.
That felt. It paid off because Great Hill is pretty decent. That felt unreasonably risky, in my opinion. That
Yeah.
could have been just a dot turn where they get nothing. And I don't think the options are so desperate that they have to do that. But it worked out
No.
for them, so.
Yeah, Great Hill's perfectly reasonable first. Your weapon bird, yeah, it's true.
Great Hill is, according to Wingspan, it's underrated because you see 3 cards and you can score points with it.
And we are going to see 2 food sharers going down. This is going to be a fun one, guys.
That's something, is like we're gonna have a lot of food and just no one can draw cards at all. That's really annoying actually, because to me it feels like it's gonna be very luck dependent in this context. Because basically if none of them draw a lot, it's gonna be whoever draws the better birds to play. Those guys are determined to have every game go to 100 points.
And well, you can see that with the food the boot's got, it's screaming out he's going to be picking up that heron. So, but
Yeah. I probably.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't
might
hang
have
around
it.
for that long. I probably wouldn't make
No.
it that obvious that I want to pick up the heron.
Yeah.
Still, I think he's somewhat safe. I'm not sure what Wayne is doing. It feels like if Wayne has a plan, they should be doing it. And obviously the plan
Yeah.
wasn't Wetland Hummingbird because they didn't do it. So I'm not sure what they're really thinking about. I think maybe because they saw Wozella, they're thinking they can get away with a Grassland Hummingbird. That's possible.
Yeah. He's obviously got to play the hummingbird now. You can't. You've only got 1 food. You can't just take food here. You got to be the hummingbird somewhere. Yeah, that's the decision. Where does it go?
I think they're thinking Grassland. Yeah, okay, that was a misclick. Okay. Well, I'm just confused. I mean, I think Hummingbird is best in the wetland, but I'm a little bit confused on the turn 1 play.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he was going to play it in the forest and then changed his mind when seeing the Rosella. But yeah,
Still, he's in a pretty okay position. I think I would take the Cisticola just to try and develop the grassland as fast as I possibly can. Because it's gonna be important for the end game, and it's a cheap bird.
yeah, it's a nice one, really nice one. Oh, here we go. Belen's engine again. Anyone?
It's not like they have as many of the tools required like they did in last
No.
game, but
No.
it's worth keeping. They're gonna have a lot of cards. And with a full grassland, you are drawing 4 cards, so you can tuck 3 cards and still make cards. Coot is probably the worst bird for full tuck though. Out of all the master tuckers.
Yeah, it's true. It doesn't give you any other benefit.
Yeah, it doesn't give you anything, and you can't tuck as many cards as with Chief Chaff. Wingspan once went to play a Coot at some point.
Yeah, I mean, Great Hill was okay, but not. Yeah, obviously not amazing. But
No, I would take Cisticola, try and get a Nectar, and then play Cisticola into Mannequin and lay 3 eggs. Forget about end of round 1. We don't care about end of rounds. That would be my opinion. I think
Yeah.
tempo is always better than end of round.
yeah, I'm really intrigued as to why Laboot played got the Rosella down and then picked up the Heron. I guess he was hoping that something better would flip up. I'm not sure, but he just grabbed it anyway without using Rosella.
I don't agree with what Wen is doing at all this game. It feels like the options were okay, and they could have developed pretty well if they had started Hummingbird Wetlands straight away. Take us, they would have had like maybe they could have had maybe Peregrine in the wetlands or something at this stage. But for now they have nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, still trying to gather information. I think drawing a few times, seeing what comes up, trying to see if a plan emerges from that. But Spotted Dove, oh, go on, go with Spotted Dove.
Go crazy,
More
yeah,
chaos,
for sure.
more chaos in this.
Spoiler is such a weird bird because I don't know, like if it works out, it can bump both scores to like absurd levels. But you need cooperation from your teammate.
Yes, it's true.
Okay, Junko is an interesting key. I wonder if
So
they're
get in the
gonna
game.
3
Yeah.
turns left. Play Spotted Off in the forest, just to try and get eggs on it, and then try and get rid of the eggs. They could do that to us. Play Spotted Off in the forest, lay eggs, 1 egg on it. Play Junko, and then at the beginning of the next round they take cards and they use the Heron to get rid of the Spotted Off egg.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely potential for that. No sight of Ren qualifying for that round at the moment. But
Is Wen laying eggs now?
yeah.
And then going for the grape, I guess.
Yeah. I suppose it works with Coot, but then you can end up like really card positive if you fill up your forest and your wetlands unless you've got some other way of working them. But
Okay, so
also-
we're not gonna see eggs in the forest on Spotted Dove. I don't think Junko is gonna go in the forest. I think Junko is for sure going in the grassland. So maybe they play Spotted Dove in the wetland, or maybe they play Junko Spotted Dove. Use the Spotted Dove card to activate Junko.
oh yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, is this straight another
Certainly,
straight
yeah, I
thing?
prefer what Laboud is doing. Laboud didn't have great options. I think definitely had a worse starting hand than Wen, but he decided to use the cards that they had to try and build something, whereas Wen decided to try and get some magically better thing. And now they have not that much, and Laboud's board looks pretty okay, like they have something.
Yeah. Yes, agreed. And we are going to see Coot, maybe. They would. I think they're playing the Song Sparrow then. I don't know if that was just a misclick or if they are going to play Song Sparrow in the grass and then lay eggs onto it. But,
Hmm. There's an argument to be made to try and go full tuck with the Grib, because the Grib, if you can tuck everything, it gives you 2 cards.
Yeah.
So it's a net 2. You're gonna have to have another mass tucker for it.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't have the cards right now. Like, they will need to draw them really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Canada Goose or Sandhill Crane would be epic for Laboot here. But he does need to improve his card draw though if he's gonna. I mean, obviously he can use the Dove. If he maybe use the Dove this time, but then if he doesn't get that back, he will need more cards for that Junko if he's gonna go with that. Ooh,
That's one thing with the Dove. Oh, Smew is really good.
nice.
Do you put Dove in a habitat where it's tricky for your opponent to send it back, or in a position where you don't have cards, but you put it in the position where it's easiest for your opponent to send it back?
Yeah, that's difficult. I think I would always try and put it in the hardest place where they're not going to use it as much. But it depends. I'm thinking about it from maybe a multi standpoint than 1v1 standpoint. But yeah, I don't think I've ever used it in a 1v1, so I haven't really thought about it. Or seen it in a 1v1.
I'm not even sure it's gonna go down. I think it has to. Well, no, it doesn't have to actually. I don't think it has to go down. I think it might not. And it seems pretty smart to me to play Junko now. Wait until the Tway reset and see if something shows up in the Tway.
Ask me, there we go.
Or play Smew. Like, they have pretty decent options. I would have liked Junko better, to be honest. Play Junko in the grassland. Take X so you can tuck the Spoiled Dove if you're not gonna play it, and then play Smew. Because now the next grassland turn is gonna be not that good. Kestrel is a good option as well. Ooh, okay, some really good options then.
Yeah, very nice.
I don't think you can do that.
Oof.
I don't know. I don't. I mean, Wef is
Not
good.
again.
We've seen it being really good all the time here, but I don't think. I think it's tricky to manage the Wef when you don't get any cards.
Yeah.
But obviously, if they do plan on playing the Spoiled Dove, Wef is gonna be really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the 2 paths for me. If either you go for the Egret, Leo Egret in the wetland, it's cheap, it gives you more cards, and you go Junko in the grassland and you have a pretty good 2 habitat engine. Or you keep Wef and you try and work that Spoiled Dove.
Yeah, and if it's going to go full tuck with the wetlands here, then putting the Spoiled Dove in the forest or the grassland is not a bad option, and I'm not going to be using that very much. So even if you only get one benefit out of it, it might not be a bad option. But also, you giving away with the Rosella giving away nectar to a wetland end is always a bit risky, for sure. But at least they have got the hummingbirds; they do have some food access, but it's still a risky thing.
The thing is, if you go full tuck with Grib, ideally you don't want to have any birds in your hand. So it's gonna depend a little bit on what they get next. I don't know, the position really doesn't really have any obvious strategy. I mean, there's no obvious path to go from here for me. Like, if they get good birds next, they could go full tuck. Like, if they get a Baya, well, anything to be honest. A Baya Weaver would be really good.
Yeah, well. Yeah, they do definitely need an egg, some sort of egg source in that one, and that's got to be high on their list.
Tucking Great Heel. So I have to assume the plan is not full tuck if they tuck Great Heel. Ooh, Oriole.
Ooh.
Oriole is an okay bird. Oriole is, I think, in this position for Labot, that would work quite well, because essentially it gives him a free forest activation. Is what he ends up doing.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad option, and yeah, I've rarely been able to make them work that well without a teal pad, but yeah, if you've got a decent setup in each habitat, then it's definitely not a bad thing to go for. And same with the grey wagtail we saw at the start. Parakeet.
We're setting the tray again. We're setting the tray when you don't really make food. You have the grib already. I think there's a lot of decisions I don't necessarily agree with right now.
I mean, yeah, he's got a 3-point engine, which is fine, 3-point, but yeah, it just depends where he kind of goes from here, and what he finds.
The way you say it sounds like when he's just thinking of just running that engine until the end of the game, yeah. 3 points for how many turns? 18 turns? That's not gonna be enough.
No.
Wen can still get a mute swan all of a sudden. Yeah, Wen can get a better things.
Yeah, mute swan would be great.
Ain't much it's honest like. Ooh.
If you've got Rosella using grasslands, is chipping sparrow that amazing? I mean, probably not.
I mean, chipping sparrow in grassland is still a granted point.
Yeah,
and it's
you
cheap.
could put in the grassland, yeah.
And
it's a point giver.
It is hard to keep to keep enough eggs for the heron. So I think that's an okay keep.
Yeah.
And you have to deny it either way because it's really good if Wen gets it.
Yeah, and it's a bowl nest for the grasslands. It's ranger in it, or no, not ranger. The different nest types in it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They already have 3 now if they play Wolf in the grassland. Cuckoo when you saw. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Sorry. I guess the main engine for Laboud is still Eastern Rosella.
Yeah.
Especially if the chipping sparrow goes in the grassland. I still go chipping sparrow grassland. You could think about going forest now that you see that they kept the cuckoo. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think the cookies got to be worth. Yeah, at least holding on for a couple of turns and see if Laboud plays another grassland bird. And but yeah, I think it would be good. Yeah, get the eggs onto the bird.
Why did Laboud keep Lyrebird? I have to assume Laboud kept Lyrebird because he's thinking of a forest chipping sparrow, and Lyrebird would be able to copy that. That has to be the assumption, right? Because there's no other good reason to keep the Lyrebird when your opponent doesn't have.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for the end of round as well. if Laboud really wants to mention that, but. He has got Bellsville, so.
He does have Bellsville, which he can also play in the grassland for the different nest types, so.
Yeah.
Laboud definitely has things going for him. He's got things to do. I'm going full grassland and I ignore the pink power on this one. Where we saw last game, 1 pink power is not enough to win a game.
Using the hummingbird, I guess he saw that the feeder was in a bad position and was happy just to give Laboud a fish or a rat.
What is pretty good? They have spotted down. He has spotted out. Okay, he takes the fish.
Yeah.
Where is he? And
Oh, Cowbird. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe definitely. I think there's a thought about Labood here, and not giving nectar away to a full tuck, so that's why maybe pivoting to
Mhm.
the forest. I think that might be sensible actually.
that's quite smart, yeah. And he can. Spoy Dove is still in a potential play.
Yeah.
He doesn't really. He has decent bonus card bird to play. But he doesn't really have any engine birds to play. Because obviously Lyrebird does nothing for now.
No.
I would have
Yeah.
really liked keeping the Egrets. Although you could argue you still see more cards with the Werf and at least you're not sharing them.
Hmm.
But you know, my
Yeah,
experience using Leo Egret is that the opponent never gets anything.
You got very lucky then.
No, I mean, I'm the opponent.
Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I wish, man.
Yeah,
I would.
yeah.
When in an extremely difficult spot, says swiftly, yeah, but it feels like when put himself in that spot.
Well,
It feels like he didn't have to. I
card
think
draw
just
is
having
being-
Sisticola Mannequin in the grassland, you get more eggs. It's cheap. He used his food to reset or to draw more cards a bunch. Even though he barely makes any food, and now he kind of just has cards, and that's it really. I don't know. It feels like it was a questionable early game, and now they're in a tough position.
Yeah.
And the game's not really helping them at this point. Pelican could be okay. I would keep Pelican. I think it's certainly better than all the other options.
Yeah, I don't know, that stock build Kingfisher I've used in like a full wetland engine. It's pretty decent. Now. It's already 6 points in it. If it's in a full wetland engine, it gets, I mean, it's like most turns.
Does
I
it?
don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Is it roll a dice for every bird in your wetland? Is it?
That's it. So it's basically like re-rolling the feeder essentially and getting fish.
Okay.
I don't know what the percentages
It's-
are, but I've had good success with it anyway.
Yeah, it's probably like I don't know, 60%. I know that the Noddy rerolling 5 dice and having the ability to cash more than one gives you on average 0.8 per turn. So full wetland
Yeah.
Kingfisher is a little bit lower than that. Oh, he still
Yeah,
has the
but-
bushlag.
Still has. Yeah, just in case. Yeah, I think Plan's making a good point here. I wonder if Labood played the Rosella in the hope that a really good like grass and card giver came up and they used it, and if he didn't, it's just sort of puts the opponent in a sort of a position where they think they might get food and they don't, and I think that's actually really clever if that's what he was thinking.
Yeah.
Going Rosella. Oh, there we go. So Lyrebird copy in. Run or a keep. Nice. And for the end of round for Lyrebird, good play.
Yeah, and they definitely like they have the advantage for Nectar now. Labood has three good birds to play. A strong forest. He gets eggs. I think Labood has the advantage in almost every way, except that he doesn't see as many cards.
Yeah.
But he is gonna play Werf, and when you already have some good cards to play, it's not that huge of a bummer.
Yeah. Ruff will be really good here, for sure. I'm assuming is he going to draw again, or is he just going to skip the tuck on Outrun and Vero, or is he going to tuck one of them? Presumably there's other two birds are going, but
Do you play grassland with or wetland with? Technically, grassland is good for your bonus card, but
Yeah.
it feels like every
Yeah.
other grassland bird is a ground nest anyway.
true. But I think eggs are a little bit scarce on the board, so not necessarily needing to push out the weapons to draw extra cards because eggs you're not going to have many eggs to you do that for. So I think that's fine to put it in the grass.
Yeah, and it's gonna be useful for. Well, it's gonna be useful for the end of round. It's also gonna be good because I think they're gonna have too much food compared to the other resources.
Yeah.
So a way to get rid of yeah, it gives him more chipping spell activations, and then he can convert the extra food to more eggs. Yeah, the only sticking point right now is not enough cards. I wonder if the stilt is. The thing with the stilt is that you get 2 cards, but you lose a card by playing the stilt. So you're only getting 1 card off of it. I think it should give 3 cards. I think the stilt should give 3 cards.
Yeah, why not?
The Barn Pelican gives 3 food.
That's an interesting argument, but
Whose turn is it right now?
yeah, it's Ren's turn, but I'm assuming he's just thinking. I don't know. I think that's a glitch with the lorikeet showing the lorikeet power. I think he's just thinking, unless something's broken.
Take food, play with. Draw cards. I don't know. I think Wolf is better in the wetland because you're getting more cards from it. Take food, play with, draw cards. And then next turn you can still take food, get an egg from it, and potentially play something in your grassland to get more eggs afterwards.
Yeah. Okay. So
When's game is slow right now.
Are we
you
seeing?
can't do anything fast.
Yeah. Are we seeing a pivot to a forest? Is he going to play the strike thrush? Is that what he's thinking, or I'm not sure. Just delaying taking food, waiting for the feeder to be better. I don't...
Okay, didn't take stilt probably because he wants to take stilt with the wef. Hummingbird probably not getting played. Still, he has stilt. He has 2 bonus card bird. He's gonna make okay progress on his current bonus card.
It's strike thrush, okay.
But again, when he's sort of building something, but he's still playing. He played the low kid for 1 point, shrug thrush for 2 points. I feel like sometimes you don't count the points of your brown power birds because it's not the main reason you play them. But if you look at Labout's board, while when Dida he played the live bird to copy the low kid, and that's a 5-point bird.
Yeah.
So you're just getting a little bit of margin from that.
And now we're also given Labud more options to copy with the Lyrebird being the strike flush.
Yeah.
But I understand it. It's an awkward position for Ren, for sure.
What's the bonus card for when?
It's an ologist, wasn't it? So that's obviously going to be very awkward because eggs is his big issue here. He still has that bush lark, which maybe will come into play if he's going to do the forest thing and maybe get extra greens. Will not be a...
that'd be something for sure.
Yeah. Keeping hold of spotted dove, interesting.
It's a 0-point bird, so it feels interesting to keep a hold of it. This really good.
Nice.
Okay, you gotta take the stilt.
Hmm.
And Cowbird is actually quite smart.
Hmm.
Yeah, I really like that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because you
Because
know
when
he's
he's
going to play
already-
eggs. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
when
ended
he's
around
already in a
with eggs.
difficult
Yeah.
position, and with Cowbird, you're putting him in a
Yeah.
even more difficult
Why
position.
did he-
But he didn't keep it.
That's fine. Yeah.
Taking food, yeah. Yeah, you want to play your wetland birds before you take cards.
Yeah.
Even though it's the way like empty middle on the Oceania board. You're gonna play 2 birds and it's not gonna improve how many cards you can take anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true,
But-
but you do have the option to reset, which is massive as well.
Well, he does have Stilt.
Reset.
Potentially, he can play Egret Stilt, get the Gallinule,
Yeah.
and play it
Yeah.
before his next round of taking cards.
Some nice later game options coming up for Ren, but it's not really what you're looking for right now, as nice as they are.
I think he needs some. I don't know. He needs something pretty sizable to come back. Wet-legged partridge would be something pretty sizable, or like golden pheasant would be a huge boost as well for him.
Double quail, something like that would be great, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
golden
that was-
pheasant would be a huge boost in momentum. Plus, you can go golden pheasant, mannequin, and then go bobolink. It gives him stuff to do. Right now, he doesn't really have stuff to do. Yeah, we could see a Quain, Wybill play, but considering he doesn't like his bonus card, I think it's unlikely. Wait, that would... Okay, that was just the hummingbird.
Why not?
Saying goodbye to Noddy is a choice for sure.
Yeah. If Plexa was here, it'd be saying, that's certainly a decision. But you decided to go right Bill and Spoonbill over the Noddy. It's fine.
What's your chances of getting a bird smaller than 18 for the grassland? Oh no, it's scores, my bad. So it's 2-4. No, you gotta go ranger. He probably thought he was analyst.
Oh. I missed that. What was the bonus card kept there?
Forester.
Oh, Forester, okay.
Actually, yeah. Looking into taking the Red-Eyed Vero and then Vero into
Rare,
Spoiled Out
yeah.
does Forester.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, yeah.
31. I don't think Wen can win.
Well, never say never, but yeah, he's definitely on the back foot for sure.
I'm just handset a Wuff with no card access and an Air Sander with no egg access. Which is sort of what's happening right now.
Yeah. Oh, we all thought this game was going to be mad with two food killers to start the co-op birds, and it's actually become a bit awkward for both players.
I mean, yeah, the spoiled dove would have made a huge difference to this game, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think it makes sense from Laboud's position. He's doing okay-ish, and when he's doing bad, you don't want to give him anything.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You wanna leave him in the hole he dug for himself. Kind of a mean way to say it, to be honest, but
No, I mean, yeah, it's. I still I thought I understand why he did that, because it could have been a great wetlands, but yeah, he just didn't find any. He just with the egg. I mean, the egg access was always the big problem, wasn't it?
I think if I'm Laboud, I'm probably still using the steal to get Viro and Galinule, because Galinule is still 7 points, still a pretty good bird to play.
Yeah.
Viro, you have to take it. Grassland population monitor, he's doing pretty well on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can reasonably get away with getting a cup nest and getting 2 more points on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Laboud is in a pretty good position. I like his position. We do see Bushlar
we are
going
seeing-
down.
we
So
are
there you
seeing
go.
Bushlar
Who said no egg access?
Yeah, oh, he's got a couple of grains in. He's that's all right. I'm gonna be able to get a couple of sets of eggs at the end of this round.
Arguably the second worst lark. What does Wen need to do the comeback of the century? Let's think about it. The bonus card is cooked. He's not gonna get the bonus card.
Well, I mean, now he's got Bushlight down. Maybe he can try and target that. I mean, it does work with the last end round as well, so maybe that's his best option, to just build out a bit of a grasslands here and just lay some eggs and get some points from the end of the round, and the bonus card that might be maybe always got here.
The thing Bushlark you only get. Well, to be fair, you can activate Bushlark, and then you play the vulture for nothing. Then you do it again.
And then clear them off, and then do it again. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. But he will get some points on the Laboud's card, so it's not. Well, we know that, he doesn't know that, but.
I think Laboud can somewhat. Actually, he doesn't. Oh yeah, keep getting you in the tway, so you can get it through the rough. I think he can somewhat safely throw 2 foods away and lay 4 eggs, and probably do that twice because he gets the food back with the Rosella afterwards. And you know, it's just a way to not really give anything to win.
Yeah.
Deny him the end of round.
Yeah. Yeah, not straightforward for Laboud really, actually. It's just, but there's, lack of eggs as well on that side now. We're getting to this 4th column.
It's not good for Wayne to lay eggs back to back. Yeah.
No.
It's gonna have to be. I think it has to be eggs,
Mm.
vulture,
Yeah.
eggs, or eggs, mannequin.
Vulture.
Well, no, 'cause
Yeah,
he
mannequin.
only has
Or
two.
Rye Bill. Yeah.
Yeah, Wild Bill is better. You get rid of two.
Well, see, Rye Bill not as
Eggs,
good
Wild Bill,
this early,
eggs.
but yeah, you want to save it for later, but I think yeah.
Eggs,
Going
Wild
off
Bill,
the
eggs
bush
gives you
part's good.
two sets of eggs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think like you can expect to beat Labud with that. But if Labud lays 8 eggs, he's gonna have 9. He's gonna have 3 sets of eggs. And I think if you Labud, you do that. It's just the easiest way to deny points.
Yeah.
From
Yeah. And obviously he'll need eggs anyway for the to play birds in the last round. So yeah, he's got legs anyway. So that makes sense.
I'm not sure if you still go for the Gali. I think you still go for the Gali Mule. With the
Mhm.
WAF.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. Certainly, probably better than gambling off the deck. Yeah.
A big thing from Wen, but again, it feels like from this position, there's not that much he can do.
No. Oh, food.
Yeah, that definitely wouldn't be one of the things I do. But nah, it could work out.
Maybe I guess he's maybe thinking about the nectar races, because all the nectar races are really close. So maybe he's thinking do something for that. But yeah, I agree. I think he got legs here, really.
Well, he can win the last end of round somewhat decisively with Mannequin and Mannequin Bubbling Vulture, just with the cards he currently has. Without even, I mean, something better than Bubbling would be appreciated, but even Bubbling by itself would be, 1, 2, 3, 4 X, 8 point bird, 9 point if you play Y Bill.
There's all the nectar.
Yeah.
All the same dice side as well.
You might as well capitalize on it and use it to play the Hornbill.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what
Or
he's
the
gonna do.
Spoonbill. Hornbill or Spoonbill?
Yeah.
Probably Spoonbill.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he could do it right and play and still have a set of eggs, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have 1 set, not 2.
Yeah.
Feels like Wen wants to lay eggs plus bubbling.
Oh.
Would that push him ahead? Yeah, bubbling it's not great right now. I think you use the nectar you currently have to play the birds that are hardest to play. Which in this case is gonna be the Hornbill. 9-point Hornbill, and you can still get attacks on it.
Yeah, definitely.
43
Definitely
points
worth
at this
doing.
stage is concerning. I think concerning
Yeah.
is put it mildly.
Yeah. Eagle again? No, not going for the eagle. Oh. Fair enough.
Okay, leaving the door a little bit open. By only getting 2. I mean, Bobolink feels the Bushlag backup, but you can still play the Y bill. Oh, Twampele
Yeah.
Finch is incredible. Okay. I mean, incredible is maybe it's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Twampele Finch, he has, what is it, Braunschweig, the 6.1?
Yeah, that's the bolt nest he needs for to get no more points on the bonus card. So yeah, that's quite a nice play actually.
That'd be a 5-point bonus, so that's not bad, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And if he stocks up on food, he can use it to cash as well. Well, he has a lot of birds to play, because he still needs to complete his Forester.
Yeah, that's right. Is that achievable? Yeah. Can you get enough food? I guess you can. Yeah, because you can. Which takes food twice. Yeah.
So he has 6 eggs, he needs 7, but if he takes food, he's gonna get an egg. I don't think he has to lay eggs. He doesn't have to lay eggs until the end of the game. Looking
No, he
into
doesn't know.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, take food, play Viro into Spoil Out, take food, play Finch into Braunschweig.
Yeah, and lay eggs, nice. Yeah, that's a nice sequence.
And you probably end up in a position where Wen can't benefit from the Braunschweig since he's not going to see it coming.
He'd be then he would be short on the rough, but then if you're discarding cards for food, then and you're using that food, then it's not too bad. Especially if you have an extra worm to put under the Shrike and they don't, then it's a point for a point. So. Yeah, well, how he works that as well.
I think when he's banking a little bit on getting ahead on the Nectar race, which is a fair play.
Yeah.
Suddenly he can overtake in the water.
Ooh, and that will help, Ren. Seeing rerolls like that. That's pretty nasty. Now you can't copy Lorikeet, so.
Yeah. He's not winning the Nectar race in the forest, but he'll live. You gotta take 2 mouse though. Well, you gotta take the food to play Vireo into. He's taking. I think he might be thinking in trying to take food again with more nectar, but yeah, okay, that's better.
Yeah.
I think that's better. That's what you want to be doing.
Oh. No, the game's trying to give Ren a chance here with these with the feeder rerolls and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a bit awkward still now for Lude, but you can still obviously do the double play. That's fine.
I mean, it's he's gonna get fewer points than he would have if he had nectar, basically. But he's still in a pretty decent position.
Yeah.
Yeah, the endgame for Wen is actually okay. Because he's gonna overtake on Nectar. He's probably not gonna win. No, he's not gonna win the quest and Berlice. Because he only has 4 to play.
Hey. Mannequin. And Mannequin and then Crane, maybe, or Spoonbill. Yeah, it'll be probably Crane with the Mannequin. Something like that.
Well, Spoonbill has to be better. I don't think there's a
Well,
situation
yeah.
where he
Maybe
finishes
play
the
both.
game. Where he finishes the game with fewer eggs than he has when he plays the queen. Move 2 from Bushlark. You lay eggs, you play Spoonbill, you lay eggs again.
Oh yeah.
There's
yeah, your
nothing else to think
food
about.
short. Yeah. Yeah, he's got to do something. Yeah, you're right. It's just a bit short on food. Do both. That's fine.
You just gotta do what you can do and hope it's enough.
Oh,
Wait,
makes...
does that mean the black-chinned hummingbird is better than the brown shrike?
well, it's the same, isn't it? Same points now, but if you've got an extra worm, then the shrike's better. As
Yeah.
long as you know your opponent's not going to use it, but not going to have that worm.
So now the play is just try and get as much nectar as you possibly can. Probably take 1 nectar and 1 worm, so you have a worm for when you lay eggs.
Yeah.
Queen should never get played here. Flan is a queen hater, apparently. I mean, yeah, the queen is
No,
strictly
it's...
worse
yeah.
than Spoonbill.
Oh yeah, like for sure. Yeah, no question.
Oh, there's not that much. There's not that many options at this point. You throw away a card, you lay eggs. I think he wants to play 2 birds, which he can. He can play Spoonbill and Hornbill.
Yeah.
Lay eggs is 6. Oh well, actually no, that's my bad. He still needs something for the mannequin.
Oh.
That's what he's
Okay.
thinking about.
Yeah, and he's thinking about the nectar there because if he played the hornbill, he wouldn't have had any nectar to potentially draw the wetland nectar. So I think that's why the hornbill's gone, and he's going to play crane instead. Spoonbill and then crane with the mannequin.
He has enough for Spoonbill into Queen on the end game. He doesn't
Yeah.
have enough for a second Bushlark activation, does he? Yeah, no, he doesn't. Don't you just cash the Ologist and gamble with the Queen? He has 11 eggs. He's gonna do Ologist either way. I think Flan is saying that Hornbill was better than Queen, and I think
Yeah.
well, Queen is just easier to play. Hornbill, either you want to play the Spoonbill not at the end of the game because you want to be able to get the nectar from it, and Hornbill is just harder to play.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the thinking. Yeah, unfortunately, not going to be able to use the bushlark on the last turn. He won't have enough food, but it's done a job. The bushlark though, he's got a couple of
Yeah, it's done a little bit.
activations.
That was 3 activations probably.
Oh, 3, yeah.
Losing the end of round is kind of tough. Alright, let's speculate on bonus cards. Well, what can he get? What's gonna save him?
Oh, what?
Where is he taking? Where is he taking food?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Win the wetland nectar, but then.
I guess you win wetland nectar and forest
You-
nectar.
Oh yeah, that's true. But then you lose the zoologist, right? This is when you play the crane, and you won't have
11, you
six,
lose
you have
3.
3. Yeah.
So you lose zoologist. But you can play Queen to zoologist with Queen, and then play Spoonbill.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was actually
that's
quite well
sneaky.
spotted from.
Yeah, that's clever actually. I like that. Yeah.
How much is a nectar swing if you swing a nectar?
Well, a
Gotta
complete
catch the
swing is
fish.
6, isn't it? Yeah.
You gotta catch the fish. Ah, I didn't get.
Oh, that's all right. Well, the spoonbill does that.
didn't get Pellet the sector, but yeah, he does get a voice card that he does. Which is pretty cool because well, actually, yeah, there's better
And
voice cards you could have gone.
He actually has a worm. He has a worm for the Shrike now as well. He didn't see that coming, but it's worked out for him actually there.
So that was a very good play from when actually they were taking food. Yeah, you cash it. What's the decision?
Yeah. Oh well.
Ooh.
They're not the ones you want to see there. Oh. He needs well, he needs ESP, he needs, well, not even ESP's that amazing.
Is there a bonus card that gives 20 points?
Sadly not.
30 points.
Scores.
Very well played on yeah, very well played on Labud. I think when sort of reached the limit on his thinking after the first two games.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, he did
Yeah.
some good plays, but certainly a questionable early game that sort of hampered the
Yeah,
rest
they
of
were
his
grueling.
game.
Yeah, grueling
I
games.
think Labud had a
Congrats,
really
Labud.
tough start and played really well to his advantage with the birds he had.
Yeah, I think so.
That feels pretty deserved for a victory.
GG.
Yeah, but well played by both. Really good series.
Very exciting.
And so Labud is champion,
Yeah,
if
congrats,
I'm not
Labud.
mistaken.
Yep. That's it.
Let's see if someone wants to talk. Yeah, great series for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like we all come out of it a little bit drained, to be honest. that was tough. Yeah, no, for sure, it was some good
Yep.
games.
Yeah, almost 4
I think-
hours at this point.
Yeah, game
Yeah.
1 was spectacular.
Yeah.
Game
Well,
1 was so much
both of
fun to watch.
those. Yeah, both of those first two games were like, yeah, incredible.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's speaking. Lavu has no mic, so won't be able to chat. Okay, no
Okay.
mic. Yeah, so congratulations to Labud. I'm not sure, I don't want to say anything wrong, but I think that's his first tournament win. Where's Flan? So yeah, really well played, deserved victory. Managed to stay concentrated for let's see, 4 hours. There's the timing on the call. It's a 4-hour call.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
We've had
that's
on
it.
Discord. So
Yeah.
for sure, draining for both. Good series. Thanks everyone who watched. Thanks Determinator for commenting with me.
Thank you.
And yeah, see you next time for more exciting Wingspan. And then because I'm not in control of the stream.